as we had last left it off, the party had entered the Forbidden Temple, which turns out is just a highly secretive upper-class spa, effectively, of the highest order. The people here were so well relaxed that one could actually obtain an astral form of themselves, where their spirit leaves their body and is able to wander the immediate area at their leisure. After enjoying some time in the bath, Korgrin noticed something a little bit odd. Going inside one of the mini geysers, he noticed at the very bottom an individual sitting there, breathing into what appears to be like a small breathing apparatus. When Korgrin interacted with this individual, he knew the jig was up, swam for the top as quickly as possible, and called out "now," which signified to the rest of the individuals hiding in the other pools and the trees to attack. And attack they did, seemingly aiming for Otti. A tough battle ensued, in which Verity and Rennas turned into T-Rexes and broke down half the damn pool. So now there are bodies and debris everywhere, massive T-Rex footprint marks in the ground, and their leader, a drow with half-covered face, long silvery hair, seemingly defeated. Turns out he had survived his wounds. Otti woke him up and demanded to know why he had attacked. And after a very skillful intimidation on her point, he revealed that he was sent by his master, Behan. And that was where we had left it off. So, as you all stand there in the muck, this individual is clutching his deep wounds and just sort of coughing and just sort of lays back on the rock that he's currently up against, sitting down, just staring up at Korgrin and Otti, wondering what's going to happen next.
I thought that Korgrin shouted insight by the end of last session.
Yep. Would you like to make an insight check based on what you just said, Korgrin?
Yes.
Very true.
Shazam. A nice adequate roll to start off the evening. Fantastic.
This is a man, you get the feeling, is very skilled at either subverting the truth or just changing it entirely.
Oh, I just, as I'm checking what he's saying, just pull down his mask.
Yep, he is. You don't recognise him.
No, that's fine. Just to help with,
you know. He's got a clean-shaven face, tiny little scar on his lip.
Which of yous is good at finding things? By finding things, I mean investigation.
I got a +8.
I'm good at finding things that don't belong to me.
Technically, this would still count.
No, I'm not actually good at finding things at all. I'm just good at taking them.
Like, as they talking, I kind of run up with my arms full of weapons, like, I got them all, I got... Oh, it's done.
Oh, they're all dead.
Okay.
Thanks, Arri.
But yeah, everybody's equipped again if they want it.
Just because, you wouldn't happen to have, like, a secret poison vial in your mouth or anything, would you, that we'd need to know about?
No.
Insight.
Right ahead.
I'll assist
Can I
with the
jump
insight,
on his back and have a look? Jump on his back, pull down his jaw, have a look in his mouth.
Yeah, go ahead and make an opposed athletics check with this guy. He's not going to...
Yeah, that'll do it. A natural 20 will fucking do it.
I'm not even going to get shit. I'm just going to roll d20. Yeah, no.
I imagine Arri being like, damn it! Like, you know, when the dog's eating something and she's going to
yeah, fingers in the corner. Bat.
Like, you basically just like jam your fingers into his jaw and open it up, and you have a good look on the inside. You can't see anything in there. You see a few missing teeth where clearly they've been like either like pushed, like punched out at him, or Otherwise, he's got maybe a little bit of oniony breath, but
Bit of halitosis.
there's no poison vial that you can see in there.
Okay.
Just thought I'd ask. Only bad experience with that kind of thing. I'd say sorry, but you tried to kill us.
Orders are orders. It wasn't personal.
Should we all get changed before we have this interaction and feeling the draft?
And kind of as you say that, you hear somebody screaming, "Oh my God! What happened here? There's a mess everywhere! There are bodies! My goodness! You're not having a wonderful stay, are you?"
No, most decidedly not.
And she immediately tears start streaming down her face, and she just drops down and bows, like, face down in the dirt. She says, "I am forever sorry for this. This is not what we..." Go right ahead.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Damn it!
Yeah, she is... You get the feeling she's that sad, she might just commit seppuku.
Oh, Jesus.
But she has no blade on her, so...
Gonna commit Sudoku.
It's mostly my fault. I was like a dinosaur at one point. Don't worry yourself about it.
No, remember, the dinosaurs attacked us, didn't they? They're magical dinosaurs that disappeared when they died.
Should I call the guards?
I'm just there, like, trying to fix something by using the mending cantrip, but it's, like, obviously not that strong, so it's just, like, two ends of the stick together, like, ding!
Basic. Yeah.
I think you should call the guards. We were fine until the assassins showed up. If there's more of them, we're in trouble.
Oh, goodness. Yes. Do you mind if I call our security instead of Tokian guards?
The issue is dealt with. Any security is fine, I think.
Very good, very
I
good.
understand you might want to keep this under wraps.
We'll talk about it, but very much so.
Oh, yes, we will.
I will be right back. If you need anything, please help yourself. She bows and runs away. As soon as she gets out of, like, sight, you just hear her calling, "Help! Help! Help!"
Subtle, nice.
I was going to say the exact same thing.
Right, probably the half-orc and the dragonborn at the front door. I'd take a stab in the dark. Probably them too, Dumb and Dumber. Right, well, I'm gonna go get changed, and I will just start making my way.
Who's taking Nightbite?
I'll stay with them.
Alright, so Russ asserts his dominance with the cape still around his neck.
Have we disarmed him yet?
Watching over him.
He was knocked unconscious.
Yeah, he was knocked unconscious, so he dropped his weapons when that happened.
Okay, that's fine. Just checking.
But he's conscious again.
Like, you can see, now that you got a good look closer, and he's, like, still, he does have, like, some tools and utilities on the front of his, like, leather armour. Like, maybe some thieves tools, a few lockpicks, stuff like that. Like...
Yoink, yoink, yoink.
Take him.
Okay. Yeah, so you can go ahead and put in your inventory, Rennas, one set of thieves tools, 3 lockpicks, and 15 toothpicks.
Does anyone have any manacles?
Weirdly,
What
I
kind of
think we
party do
may
you
in the
think we
bag
are?
of holding.
I have a feeling they might have got salt.
Ah, okay. Like, we did at one point have manacles. I'm
There
pretty
were
certain.
manacles in the bag, yes.
Yeah.
Korgrin. A couple other people. I don't know who. Just a quick chat away from this guy, real quick.
I'll say at this point, everybody's retreated into the changing rooms. Russ is still with Nightbite, so you're all kind of like calling out to each like it's paper thin walls, so you can call out and talk to each other through the walls as you're like getting on your clothes and your armor and.
Oh, I'm also. Yeah, like I also want it so he can't lip read anything. I don't trust.
I think I
he's
know.
outside at the moment, so you can't see it.
I
I
know
was
the
just-
message. The message cantrip as well.
Okay, I can message you and then we can back and forth then. But I just had a plan. Might be stupid. But what if we let him, air quotes, escape? Take something off his, like a lock of hair or something. Korgrin, do you have scrying on you right now?
Yes, but
You can
I'm
scry who he meets up with.
I'm out of 5th level magic, and I only have one use of higher level, 6th. And also I feel like maybe locate object would be better for that, and I don't have that really prepared today, I'm sorry.
I was just thinking if we let him, air quotes again, escape, we could have scryed on him to see who he ends up meeting up with, but I mean, it might be worth just taking something of his anyway, just in case.
I
I
mean,
have his steel tools
Rennas just did, took a
and his
bunch of his
lockpicks
shite.
and his toothpicks, which is slightly weird. But I'm going to use them as lockpicks. It's fine.
Is it?
I think something more definitely his, like, I don't know.
I'd say thieves' tools are probably quite a personal thing.
Yeah,
I'd
they're
say the mask.
They're like,
Mask.
yeah.
I've had my set since I was a young boy.
He's at
He
your,
was
he's at your
born
mercy.
holding them.
You,
Is that your
you probably
mercy?
have my set.
If we grab a lock of hair, I can also do something with it.
Make a voodoo doll.
Sus.
Hopefully, yeah.
Okay.
So,
Look it up,
as
just-
as everybody is discussing this in their rooms, Rush, you stay outside with Nightbite, keeping down on me. Watches up at you, kind of like eyes darting around a little bit, like he's drifting in and out of consciousness a little bit, like he got really hurt, a bit of blood loss there. Do you have your rapier out?
I guess I'm not sure. I didn't dismiss it.
So you
But
still have it out.
Yeah.
Okay. Your weapon vibrates softly.
Weapon has a
feel,
personal mode.
You feel an intent behind it. You feel a foreign desire to run this guy through and claim his soul.
Yeah, I do.
Okay? So, as he just goes, my life is forfeited. As you just slowly slide the blade into his chest.
Oh, I didn't get to consent to that or anything. It just happened.
Wait, let me redact that. Do you as a character run him through?
I think I'd probably try to resist at first,
all right.
and then I would probably
No.
end up ultimately doing it.
Sorry, I completely misheard what you just said. I thought you said, yes, I will do this.
Right.
So I redact that completely. It is not a presence that can overwhelm you. It is a suggestion. It is a want, a desire. It's not yours, but it's connected to you. You feel this intent coming from the blade to claim this guy's soul as per your deal. It's up to you to decide what you want to do with that.
I think I'd probably try and taunt him or something to make it more justified, you know? I'd say, again, like, tell us really this time who sent you and why.
I have already said too much. Nothing you can do or say will make me say any more. Was I lying? Who knows?
I'd probably... Can I try and, like, grab his throat or something and try and make him...
Yep, so you grab his throat, as you like pressure down onto it, he's like struggling to breathe a little bit. He doesn't have the strength to fight back.
And I'm trying to, basically intimidate him and being like, tell us.
Alright, go ahead and make another intimidation check.
Ooh. Oh.
And he looks at you and he sees not just a man, but something behind the blade. A presence. Their presence is forcing its influence onto you, is now reaching out to him. And in that moment, that training that he has, that sense of purpose loses. And he just becomes scared of his life. Alright. Okay. I wasn't lying. My master Vihan sent me. He said you were secondary, but to see if you would join us. The target wasn't you. It was the Half-Orc. To see your loyalty. You chose a side though, didn't you?
Well, I'm certainly not on yours.
No. I doubt anyone's going to be on my side anymore. I failed. Punishment for failure. It is not pleasant. However, I do very much like living.
Well, if you do indeed work with Vihan, that might end up being a bit of a problem.
Yeah. More than you know.
Sorry?
He said more than you know.
Mm.
Meanwhile, the rest of you, you've been able to get fully dressed and clothed. Security has arrived in this forms of effectively staff here, like people in like very fine uniforms, like probably about half a dozen or so. They immediately sort of like rush into this immediate area and they like start checking the damages. They see all the bodies around. They are absolutely panicked. They immediately bring out like the most pristine-looking, cleanly equipment you can imagine, and they start immediately scrubbing the pools of blood on the ground, the damages. They're just panicking at the moment. Whereas Ayani Tucker is just she's just throwing herself at all of your mercy at the moment, just like attending to you, making sure everything is okay. Basically, she is your willing slave at this point. She's absolutely mortified this sort of thing has happened. What the rest of you like to do?
Do we just open the door to see Russ choking out the drow?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Russ is still naked, we're just like,
Probably like my right hand vibrating heavily, like...
Yep.
Where's it vibrating?
Like, it's a weird angle, but there's a long, hard, pointy thing at Russ's side that you can't see the hilt of that he's holding whilst he's choking this other person.
All we can hear is just...
And...
Russ, we don't do that with captives.
Oh, we should do. He was trying to kill us.
Russ, the rest of the party have returned to you.
Can I do some... I was going to say, can I do some kind of check to see how I'm feeling? I don't think that's a thing. I think I have to just decide how I'm feeling.
Vibe check.
Yeah, you need to decide how your character is feeling at this point.
I feel that at this point, like, everything in my body is telling me to kill this guy, but this party that I've just newly joined, I've just heard tell me not to. So I'm probably literally trying to stop my hand from getting this guy. And I might I'll probably throw him back onto the floor and push him back.
If you want me to make it a little bit more mechanic for you, I'm happy for you to do a wisdom saving throw. Let's say the DC is 11. If you roll below 11, we can say that your rage, your desires get the better of you, and if you succeed, then at least for the temporary moment, you pay attention to the party. If that's how you want to do it, this is your choice.
Yeah, that could be fun. Let's try the wisdom save. I don't know.
Okay, so on this occasion, despite your instincts telling you to kill this man, your subconscious listens to the words being said to you, and your grip on him loosens, and he falls back down to the ground.
And before I feel like that again, I'll dismiss my blade.
And that presence, that desire to kill him, fades with the blade. Well, that foreign presence to kill the guy.
Okay. I'll probably, stand back, breathing heavily, and sort of looking angrily at the guy.
Yeah.
And I don't know if the other party are back up to...
Oh, they're there. They're like, I'd say about 10, 15 feet away from you, watching you choke this guy.
Yeah.
But no, so the rest of you see Russ drop in, dismiss his blade, and take a few steps away.
Why don't you go get dressed? We're here with them now. See you in a bit.
Oh, okay. You got him though.
Yeah. I'm pretty certain that the five of us can hold him. We're good.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. And then I'll just scuttle off. Not scuttle, I'm not a crab, but you know what I mean.
A little bubble butt streaking in the light.
Flicking as Russ leaves.
So, Russ goes to get changed into his clothes, pick up his equipment. The rest of you watch as the staff of the Forbidden Temple begin to deep clean this place, repair the damages as best as they can. Ayane is on call should you need her, and this drow is still conscious, still struggling for breath, collapsed up against the rock again on the floor.
Can I go to just have a quick search through, especially these guys who were by me, and just have a see what's on them? I'm looking for letters, written instructions, some sort of indication of where they came from.
Make an investigation check.
Yeah.
While Otti does that, can I just chuck just a level 1 cure wounds into Nightbite, just so he doesn't fall unconscious and he isn't.
Well, he's he's hurt, but he's not going to fall unconscious because you already did a healing word on him, so he's not going to die.
Fair enough.
Unless you choose. With that investigation, Otti,
can I add my bardic inspiration to that I've had from the?
Of course
combat?
You can.
Is it a D8
Yeah,
or a D10?
It's a D10.
D10.
And just to remind that you can add it to any skill check, any saving throw, or any attack roll as well.
It actually meets the DC. Well done. You have a thorough investigation of these guys. Their armors have mostly been ruined because most of them have been torn apart by T-Rexes. Their weapons have shattered and are otherwise dissipated of any venom they had inside of them. Their light crossbows are broken and entangled just from the combat. Collectively, you find about 55 gold pieces amongst all of them. However, in terms of notes and instructions, all you find is a hand-drawn picture of a half-orc with flaming orange, blondish-like hair, some scars on her face. You look at a picture of yourself.
But just to clarify, these assassins were so stupid they didn't know what a half-orc looked like. We notice the only half-orc in the party.
Is it a good picture of me, at least?
Does it get you good side?
It's a picture. It's not for artistic realisticness. It's there for a job, basically.
Korgrin, I remember you mentioning something about some kind of weird magic shit that told you the history of an object. Is that something you have?
Not today, I'm afraid.
Well, I mean, this picture was presumably drawn by whoever sent them, because they obviously had to direct them to the right person. So therefore, the history of this should tell us definitely who the person who sent the thing was.
About Zone of Truth.
2 spells I don't have prepared today. Let me see legend lore. I mean, it's an idea. As I say, it would certainly need to wait until tomorrow because I've kind of already mentally selected the spells I'm going to use for the day. But it's certainly an idea. I'd need to double check exactly what that spell is capable of. But I like your thinking.
Not a magical man, but it seemed to make sense to me.
If the thing you named isn't of legendary importance, you gain no information.
Ah.
So I suppose it depends on how you'd construe legendary importance. Like, legendary importance of your own life.
We can sit there and just, as long as we talk about it all the time. Do you remember that time we were attacked by assassins in the spa? If we talk about it often enough, it becomes legend.
They were holding this really fine piece of paper, just this one piece to identify a single party member that was, directly descended from a legendary knight, etc., etc. Just really big it the fuck up.
Why don't we just take Nightbite to Swarm?
That was something we were going to do. I think we mentally considered it.
Makes sense. All those guys seem to know when we're lying.
Someone want to keep an eye? I'll keep an eye. You guys discuss it, but I'll keep an eye on Nightbite just to make sure he doesn't go anywhere.
So all the monks, if it's Vihan, we saw Vihan's students lined up. They didn't come across with people to carry crossbows. Just gonna put it out there.
May not be his students. He could have hired assassins, which I can't recall seeing a drow.
Why am I not talking? I am talking.
Sure.
You are, yeah.
Really, really delayed, though. I think it's okay now. Sorry.
Yeah, your mouths, yeah. You speak good. There we go.
I was only saying the same thing you were saying anyway.
Yeah, like there's a possibility of hiring assassins. Like, have we searched Nightbite? Like, have we properly searched him, or just taken his?
Yeah, wait. To be fair, you haven't actually searched him. You've just taken what's off of his, what you can visibly see just from looking at him.
I'll go search him then.
Make an investigation check.
Guidance, because I'm there.
I mean, feel free to strip him naked. Seen a horse naked. It's only fair.
D4.
Was it a D4? Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm not sure if that's going to be good. But then he's, held and frightened, so...
Yeah.
Unless he's got something in the old prison wallet.
I'm not going in there.
You find a set of golden tickets on him. The same tickets you guys have to get inside.
Issued by...
Doesn't say.
I don't know if ours said either.
No, yours didn't say. They were just literally golden tickets. The fact that you had them and that you can come inside.
Do we need to speak to the lovely business owner here about who has? I'm just gonna go and do it.
Okay. So you head up to you turn to face towards Ayane, who is still there, bowing, hands together, trying to remain as regal as possible given the circumstances.
Oh, is she closer to where I am? She's inside in the map, which is why I walked off.
Oh yeah, no. So just I wouldn't pay attention to the map at the moment.
Okay. All right. I'll put her to one side and I'll just say
Yeah.
to her, did they come through the entrance? What's going on? They had tickets on them like we did.
Well, they wouldn't have been able to get past because of the enchantments unless they had the correct authorization to come in here. Those tickets themselves are keys, shall we say?
Do you have no
Give
way
the
of knowing?
authorization?
You're not there, Rennas.
Sorry, what did you say, Rosie?
I didn't say
Otti?
anything. I didn't say anything.
Oh, well.
I said who can give the permission.
Oh, well, you're not there. Otti's taken her aside.
Oh, right. Sorry.
We got ours from Suam.
That sounds about right, yes. I heard that he was sending guests here. I mean, off the top of my head, I know that we were having some choice guests today. Of course, we were aware of yours. We were aware of several lords from the Maltokian Council who were sending some friends their way. There was an otherwise unused gift towards a high-end merchant on the other side of town. We had, actually now that I recall, yes, just about late last night, we had a call from the First Master. Said he was sending some people alongside as verification of Swan's guests. We thought it was basically just a double booking.
You're vibrating, by the way, like there's a doodle-doodle coming from you.
That might just be me moving the chair.
No, it's very...
No, it's very
IT.
mechanically. Yeah.
Very crackly.
That's something that's battery powered, maybe, and it's just been like, battery's dying, battery's dying.
Let's connect by a wire. There's no battery in this.
Well, whatever you just did seems to have worked, because it's not doing it anymore.
I shook it.
Oh, there we go.
That fixes everything.
Technical
Passive
bash.
maintenance. Mm-hmm.
As she says, late last night we had a request or a confirmation from the First Master of the temple that he was sending some guests alongside the Grand Master. We honestly thought it was the same person.
So first of all, you said about some lords. Do you remember who they were? Start with the lords.
There's Lord Camber. He's one of the main influential lords in the Maltokian Council. There was Lord Taliesin. He's also one of the more outspoken members of the council. There was Lady Lyseru. She is, like I said, another active member of the council. Those are just, I mean, they've done this sort of thing before, where they sent people in their stead to come here. We've never questioned it. Nothing like this has ever happened here. So I do humbly apologise that it's happened to you. This is not the place this should happen. We'll of course offer a partial refund.
Appreciate that. Just not very relaxing, as I'm sure you can understand.
Absolutely. And would you like a gift voucher as well?
I don't know what I want at the moment. I have to think about it, and because
Of course. Please don't ever tell anyone what's happened here. It would ruin our reputation if it did.
No, but I also think you should investigate what's happened as well. If
Absolutely.
you know,
We will put a full investigation into this.
keep a check of
Absolutely.
your books and see who came in and whether these two people were part of, one of the lords or the. I can't believe it was First Master, but and
Of
I'm
course.
gonna give her the 55 gold pieces from the other people. Say
She looks confused.
this was on their bodies. It feels only right, as they made the mess. They should pay for it.
Wonderful. This would certainly be a good start in cleaning up a mess. Thank you.
I'm gonna insight it. Is she gonna take it for herself, or is she actually gonna?
No,
put it to you?
I don't think 55 gold is going to be a good start at all.
Okay, go ahead and insight check.
Out of 10.
I mean, she seems rather shocked over this whole thing. She doesn't strike you as dishonest.
Sweet, speaking the truth. Okay. So, I'm gonna relay that to everyone, probably away from Nightbite.
Okay.
Just the lords that they were, just because the names might come up later when we go to the council meeting with the lords of Tokyo, and First Master. It's got tickets.
Nightbite.
Yes. Yes.
Did you ever meet with old Vihan?
I wonder.
Well, no need to be a smartass. I'm just saying, did you actually speak with him, or were you just given instructions by, way of a secret message up your arse?
Doesn't seem to want to talk now.
That's fine. We'll just take you to him.
That's what I'm thinking. Let's just hog tie him up, carry him through the streets.
Oh.
Take me where?
Sorry, you don't want to talk, remember?
Where? What do you intend to do with me?
Well, as far as anyone's concerned, you died here.
So pretty much whatever we want.
What? Look, you have beaten me. I don't even know why I'm still alive. Probably for information which I shouldn't have given you. What is my purpose now? To be your pet, your tool, to parade me around through the streets? You'll be stopped by the guards.
Nightbite, don't be so macabre, and I'm gonna start vegetation, the water off him so he's at least dry. I'm gonna be good cop.
His head puffs out a bit.
Honestly, we just want to, get to the bottom of who wants our friend here dead. We know it's not personal with you. You're fine.
Make a persuasion roll.
Never do good with persuasion.
Intimidation is always surprisingly good with you, though.
I know, even though they're both +9.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't say anything.
Wait, can I use my Untitled Chaos on this?
What, to give yourself advantage?
Maybe.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, fuck it.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Impressive. Truly.
Please
Roll a
don't blow us
D100.
up.
Is it D100 or is it just a D20 to see if it happens?
No.
that's
I'm
whenever-
Untitled Chaos is instant.
I can give it back to her whenever I want, and I'm giving it to
Oh,
her now.
Lord. Please
Untitled
don't send
Chaos is
another grease
dangerous.
Um,
Grease moves are easy.
Could I have rejoined the party by now?
Yeah, you would have rejoined the party by now.
Yeah. I'll probably still stand back from Nightbite, being maybe a bit ashamed of myself.
Sorry, we were all in the nude. Heat of the moment.
No, more almost guilty about almost killing him, but also still somehow thinking that probably I should have, and regretting not doing it.
Are you still wearing the cape?
No. I went to get all my stuff, so I would have put my armor back on and all that.
I can imagine you putting the cape on over the top, though.
I think I'm done with the towel.
Got a bit bloodied. Verity, can I get that D100 from you, please?
Good luck.
39.
I know it's not the Greastra.
Oh,
Yeah.
Can you roll 2d10 for me, please, Verity?
If you're
Like,
gonna
I'm worried that it's
age,
gonna be the
or
year
if we're
one
gonna
thing.
turn back fucking 20 years into the past.
You regain 13 hit points, Verity.
Oh, all that.
That's good.
Verity, he was already at max.
I
hit
was
points.
already at
As in-
max. I'm good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm at
So-
mid max. I still have 7 temporary hit points.
So, as you bend the weave to your energies to just try and make yourself seem more personable, Verity, the weave cracks, and there's this golden light that sparks around you, fluttery, sparkly, swing, and nothing seems to happen.
I'm just gonna look, just like the night and be like,
That was weird.
I'm pretty weird.
Yeah. See that?
You fancy telling me any more of your deepest, darkest secrets?
Not particularly.
That's okay, I can wait. We're gonna be best friends.
I would like to take out my little glasses, my eyes of
Yep.
charming, and place them on, and look
Yep.
deep in Nightbite's eyes and cast Charm Person on him.
Alright then. Yeah,
Like, I don't know with anyone else, but in my head, he is currently literally hogtied to a pole, and you're all just kind of like trying to talk to him as we're doing this.
It's
and-
DC 13.
Wisdom save?
I'm just double. Doesn't actually say, but I believe Charm Person's wisdom.
Yeah, charm person with a wisdom save, yeah.
Yar.
7. So, you see his eyes gloss over.
I hate to be that person, but as an elf species, doesn't he get an advantage?
I was
yeah,
going to
you're
wonder.
right.
I don't know if
Sorry.
you can with Drow. Yeah, I didn't know if Drow had that.
6.
Even worse.
So yeah, you see his eyes gloss over. Blinks. Hey, I'm sorry if you got hurt back there. Oh,
You couldn't hurt me.
we weren't aiming for you.
Why were you aiming for her?
Orders.
Orders from?
My master.
Does your master have a name?
He does, but I really shouldn't tell you.
Does that mean you were lying when you said Vihan earlier?
Well, it could have been that I was telling the truth and I knew you wouldn't believe me.
But then why would you not tell the truth? You know, if you've already told us that name, then there'd be no harm in telling us that name again. So I think you're telling porkies. And that's not very nice. We're friends.
Yeah. We are, aren't we?
Yes.
Master Vihan doesn't encourage friendship with dojo.
Those, what, sorry?
He said Master Vihan doesn't encourage friendship within the dojo.
That's okay. We're not in the dojo now.
Oh. We're not. He's wanted the Half-Orc dead. Because he doesn't want to... He asked me to take care of the problem, deal with any witnesses. We were waiting to see if you were going to leave her alone, but you didn't. You discovered us, so caught in the crossfire, and I am sorry about that, my friend.
That's okay. Now, you were saying that we couldn't take you through the town because the guards would stop us, but I'm sure you're going to be quite happy just walking alongside us, being a friendly, sociable person, now aren't you?
Make a persuasion roll at advantage. Because he is charmed.
I'll do it.
Yeah, that sounds like a nice idea. I like that idea.
I'm glad you
Certainly
like
beats-
that idea.
Certainly beats dying here, doesn't it?
It definitely does.
Where are we going?
Just for a little walk, it's okay.
Okay. Alright, well, lead the way then.
Sorry, Jack.
Yeah?
Is there any way that any of us might know if any of the monks have any sort of like mind altering abilities? Like being able to replace memories like mine?
Go ahead and make a history check.
Were you confused by the lot of witnesses statement? Because I definitely was.
You're not aware of any techniques that alters mind, but you are aware that Key can be utilized in a way to mimic forms of energy that you know as magic. And you know that magic can alter people's minds. Whether or not this is applicable to what this man is doing, you don't know.
Yeah. I'm concerned that someone might have changed this man's memory to make us believe it was Vihan who set this up.
Also possible.
Either altered his memories or taken on Vihan's visage to contact him.
No. My master summoned me directly and assigned this task for me to do. I'm one of his most capable assassins.
Russ would like to I'd like to take a normal dagger out, not my shadow dagger thing, and I'd like to go up to him and take a lock of his hair.
Just going to make a general dexterity check because he just sees you coming towards him with a knife, and he assumes the worst.
Yeah.
You're buzzing again.
Yeah. That better?
Yes! But that makes no sense.
Nope.
There's a +3 to that for me, so yeah, you win. So before you can even react, you there with the dagger with his head. What was that for?
You took a good chunk out of me.
You're a traitor, though. But it's alright. You're with my friend here.
Yep, all one big happy family. What's Russ a traitor of?
Yeah, I was wondering that.
Well, my master Thahan was expecting him to side with us when we attacked, but he didn't, and in fact fought against us. As far as my master is concerned, that would make him a traitor, subject to the same punishments the rest of you are in.
You didn't claim allegiance to Vihan while you were trying to kill us. For what we knew, it was a bunch of assassins trying to get us.
He assumed you would recognize our techniques.
I didn't kill you, shouldn't that be mercy enough?
Mercy is not our way.
How long does it take?
Go on, Rich.
How long does it take to walk across Meltokio, roughly? From here back to the temple, back to the monastery.
To get back to the monastery, you're looking at about an hour and a half.
How long until outside of Meltokio specifically?
50 minutes.
Just a quick one. These classes are only going to last an hour.
Maybe
Well,
less.
that's what I'm saying.
I'd say 40 minutes. If you're moving at a fast pace, half an hour.
The only reason I say specifically outside of Meltokio is because once we're outside of Meltokio, what does it matter? You know, we can go into the monastery saying, you know, we've got a prisoner kind of thing. Doesn't matter. As long as we don't attract attention kind of thing. What I was going to ask is just Russ, or good friend Nightbite. What exactly
He hasn't
is
actually just said his name yet.
fair? Russ or good Drow? What exactly is Vihan the master of in terms of the dojo? Like, what's his school?
He teaches his dojo. He knows the way of the elements, but he also teaches other arts as well.
What are those other ones?
Way of the shadow, way of the soul sun.
So Vihan, way of the elements,
In terms of
way of the
Bihan's
shadow.
capabilities, he understands the concepts of the other paths. He just practices the way of the elements.
So way of the shadow, way of the sun soul, and he personally is way of the
Way of the
elements.
elements.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's like a professor in elements, but then he's like he subs in for, shadow and sun soul every now and then.
Yeah, well, he's been a master for many years. He has learned the other paths. That every master has a particular path they specialize in. His is the way of the elements.
Okay. Well, do we think we can get any more here, or should we perhaps make a move?
I think making a move is good. Time is of the essence.
Okay.
All right then. I'm a little hurt. Do you think you guys could give me a hand?
I'm not giving this guy a hand. Just because I'm
What about
stubborn.
you, friend?
I'll help him up.
You see, he's still got a wide gash on his chest area where the spirit guardians fucked them up.
That might attract. Just here, friend. I'll just chuck a little cure wounds in him. Just try and specifically target that part,
Verity, can you clear the blood off him?
She's already done prestidigitation, but he is bleeding.
I clean him up and I just use mending over the clothes to make sure they're all patched up.
Yeah. So he looks deceptively well. But
He
you all know
gains
he's
an extra 7 health.
very good. I'll mark that down. So, what would the party like to do?
If we're all heading out, I'd like to just take IN to one side on the way out.
Yep. So she follows
so after
you,
after the rest of the party,
bowing to each
on
of
my
you.
own.
Yeah. So she bows to each of the party as you go along, and then you call her down and she goes, "Yes, my lord. How may I be of assistance?"
Well, I just want to have a little bit discussion of how we're going to keep this whole thing quiet.
Oh, yes. We can offer you a solid 10% discount on any future purchases you would like to make here.
That's okay. I don't need a discount. I mean, it was a very harrowing experience. But I do think you've got a beautiful spa here. I wouldn't want you to be losing any money. But I do have another favour you could do for me.
Well, what's that?
At some point in the near future, an individual will contact you. He'll mention my name. He'll just have 1 or 2 little jobs for you here and there. And as long as, everything goes to plan, nobody ever finds out about this little incident.
Right, so this can go either way. This can go be persuasion or intimidation.
No, I'm being nice and friendly. It shall be persuasion.
19. Really good. If that's what it takes to ensure the reputation of the Forbidden Temple to remain intact, then that's what it must be then.
It's lovely to hear. And obviously it goes without saying that this little conversation never happened.
What conversation? She smiles.
Well done. And I'll follow out and catch up with the rest of the party.
Alright. So, making your way through many of the twisting hallways and paths and the downright luxurious passageways that is the Forbidden Temple, you guys find yourself walking back out onto the streets of Maltokio. Nightbite is falling behind you. The charm's still in effect. He seems confused. Like he's aware that he's doing something he shouldn't be doing, but for some reason he just feels compelled to do it anyway. So you walk away from the Dragonborn and the Half-Orc, and he just goes, "Bye bye. Hope you enjoyed your stay. Hopefully we'll see you all again for more Forbidden Templing."
Ah, yes, it was very worshipful.
Oh, she's read your letter, by the way.
Oh, she has. Well, that's really. Did she say anything at all?
I'm afraid not. It was, she acknowledged she'd read it, but that was all we heard.
Oh, she's playing hard to get. I like that. I like that a lot.
What kind of letter was it?
It was, I wish to take her on a moonlit walk throughout town to show her the midnight blooms in fall, and buy a tasty cottontail, and we can chew on the fur together.
That sounds like a lovely evening. I hope she gets back to you soon.
I hope so too. I'll get quite lonely on the door here, to be honest. The Dragonborn guys, "Hey, what about me?" Yeah. You're fine, but she's something else. He's like trails away into fantasies, daydreams.
Mm.
Would you guys like
Shall
to
we
do?
be off? Time is of the essence. Are we doing the Korgrin plan of just getting outside the city, where we can just time up and do whatever there?
It seems like we'd go past less people.
Very true.
Well, I mean, just by that, I mean, just go quickly towards the temple, because there is a bit of a distance between Maltokio itself and the August Temple. Like, there's a massive bridge and quite the long walk. So as long as we get over the bridge, we're outside of Maltokio. We're in the August Temple then.
Right, yeah, let's head towards the temple.
Alright then. So, you guys quicken your pace, making your way across the streets of Maltokio, weaving in and out of the various crowds going about their business. Another day, another normal day for the Maltokians. There is still a bit of buzz amongst the people today, in the sense that an emergency council meeting has been called that will include, for the very first time ever, Suan Pati, and that has spread amongst the populace, and it is what they are currently talking about. However, not stopping to like pick up more. You guys keep on making your way, not running into any troubles or issues. Occasionally you'll find a street heckler trying to push their wares, but they clock like you're not interested at all, so they back away pretty quickly. And you make your way northwards, northeast, or northwestward a bit, towards the large bridge that goes over several of the districts beneath you. Like a good 100, 200 feet drop from where you are. Very busy on this particular bridge. Plenty of people pushing carts, oxen, their wares, effectively. And you make your way
And
inside the bridge.
Stay very close to Nightbite during that.
I was going to
Yeah,
ask.
he is still fully charmed and is sticking within 5 feet of Rennas, walking beside/behind him.
Oh, it isn't Nightbite I'm worried about. It's the people on the bridge.
Okay.
I'm going to keep an eye out to see if he gestures to anyone or anyone gestures towards him as we go past. It was through
Make
the
an
whole
insight
scene.
check. Make an insight check. Actually, no. This would actually be a perception check. My apologies.
Which you have advantage on because of your shield.
Thank you for reminding me, because I always forget, because I'm useless.
You get a lot of advantage on a couple of things because of like very specific mechanics.
Yeah.
So it's a lot to remember.
Yeah.
24.
Nobody gestures towards him. He doesn't make any gestures. what he did seems to have been isolated.
Cool.
What time of day is it?
At this point, it's probably mid-afternoon, like maybe early afternoon. So, you're able to get across the bridge and begin making your way up the country path into the forests, the trees. The green trees mixed in with the red trees, mixed in with the cherry blossom trees. The familiar path that is towards the August Temple. Now, this path does have some traffic, mainly from farmers either going towards Mount Tokyo. Occasionally, you'll see a couple of monks. They look at you, but in the sense that you are relatively famous inside the monastery now, so they're paying more attention to you than to Nightbite. And I would say it's not Nightbite is not the drow is not sticking out like a sore thumb to you guys. Like he's just walking and blending, really. Do you want to continue on the path, or do you want to dash off into more of the forest?
Before we get to the trees, can I, like, this is probably going to sound really weird, but can I cast Hunter's Mark on the drow? Thank
So
you.
you cast Hunter's Mark on the drow. And you are now keenly aware of him.
Cool.
Sensible precaution.
It's monks and shadows. I've seen River disappear, so...
You've probably got about, since you were booking it, you've got about, I'd say 25 minutes left on the charm.
And how far away from the August Temple are we?
Another, I want to say, at the speed you guys are moving at, it's going to be like another half an hour, maybe more. Like at a normal walk, it is an hour away. If you are moving, and you guys are fast, it'll probably be about half that time for you.
Thinking back to like every other time that we've left the temple or gone between the city and the temple, have there ever been any guards on the road, or all the guards just in the city and the temple is kind of left to its own devices?
There has been the occasional patrol, a couple of guards just like minding the footpath, maybe just keep an eye out for banditry and the like, making sure that the peace is being kept on the roads. But beyond that, nothing seriously heavy.
So tying him up and dragging him through the street is probably going to raise a couple of questions.
Yeah.
On the other hand, we are kind of famous. We could definitely say, look, this guy's an assassin. We're going to take him over here to the temple for further investigation. Surely they'd understand.
It's just the attention that it immediately garners. That's all. And then it's like, oh, well, Suom's going to be off in the council chambers, so who are they going to call next? Well, it'd probably be Viham.
Okay. Well, there's another plan. That I don't know what happens if you cast Charm Person on someone that is already charmed. Would that extend it by an hour?
No, you basically just recast it, so the hour would start again.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
If it was done by you,
yeah.
If it was done by somebody else, then they would then be charmed by that person. They'd have two charms in effect.
Ooh. Okay, so I'm going to go over to Nightbite. I'm going to say, look, I want you to really relax your mind, not focus on anything important at all. Don't try and have mental defences going on. And I'm just going to look him in the eyes with my glasses again.
I can't do that. I am a trained warrior. I must. And at the point you cast a spell, just going to make another wisdom saving throw at advantage.
I didn't think I was going to be lucky twice.
This presents an interesting concept.
Does it end instantly, or does he still have the remaining thing of the first charm left?
What happens when you charm a charmed person? That's what I want to know. This is one of those really technical things.
I imagine the previous charm would stop because Rennas would have to stop concentration on the previous one, wouldn't he?
Is
Not
charm person
a-
concentration? I didn't think it was.
Not a concentration spell.
Oh.
Yeah.
Never mind.
It's not.
Quickly make myself a drink.
It's not harmful, so I would say the previous spell is still in effect.
Okay, so I was.
I
unable
was
to-
going to say that if it was a concentration, it would probably get rid of it, but because it isn't a concentration, then it probably wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
It's just we don't have very long left on it, and I don't know how many times you can do it per day.
And
Only 3 times with these glasses, and that's 2.
and does the victim ever get the chance to do like a wisdom save to repeat a save to get out of it?
If we
no,
attack him or
if
harm
you
him, I
do-
think.
Yeah, if you do anything harmful towards him,
Okay.
which you haven't yet. You just cut a lock off his hair.
So it's
Yeah.
up to you guys. I mean, technically I can try and charm him one more time, but if it succeeds, then it's kind of tying him up and dragging him through the streets. Unless anyone has another idea.
Verity, do you have polymorph?
I do.
I think that kind of answers the question, really.
You want me to change him into something?
Something manageable?
I would appreciate it if you didn't.
Nightbite, what's your favourite animal?
You don't know his name.
What's your name?
I go by the monicum of Nightbite.
Nice to
A
meet you,
strange
Nightbite.
name.
Nightbite, what's your favourite animal?
I don't like animals.
He likes
Oh, that
bugs,
was
I'm gonna
sad.
guess. Do you like bugs? Do you like spiders?
I don't like creatures.
Kind of blasphemous for a drow, but fair enough.
I don't belong down there with those fanatics.
I know exactly what then. And I will cast Polymorph to turn him into a little turtle. Not a snapping one, just a regular little turtle.
Wisdom saving throw then?
Wisdom save.
Not at advantage, so 4. So, as he sort of cocks his head, boom, 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 turns into a little turtle.
Okay.
Sorry I had to do that to you, Nightbite, but hopefully you'll understand. And I pick him up and I'm just like petting the shell.
Someone carry the turtle, but just bear in mind, in about 20 minutes or so, it is going to try and bite us.
It's okay, you just hold the head away from you. He can't turn his neck that much.
So we put Corgi's banner on him so we can always see him if he walks in front of us.
Okay.
I'm just going to carry him. He's just a tiny little turtle.
Do you want someone else to carry him just in case, just a wee little nip and suddenly, poof, he's no longer a turtle.
Ah, true. Who wants to carry the turtle?
Fitting that the small man carry the small thing, I guess.
It does make sense. I don't imagine a turtle getting through your big dwarven plate armor.
Here you go, Corgi.
I just turn him upside down and have a look. Just for the fucking
Hey,
fun of
don't
it.
do that. Anyone like that? Corgi, be nice.
He struggles vainly.
I'm sorry, and I'll just flip him back up.
I think
Looks-
he'd make good armor.
The turtle looks confused.
Understandable,
No.
friend. Just
Don't worry, Nightbite. Anyway, here you go. Ah.
I carry him like a Bond villain carries the cat. Kind of
Okay.
just on arm, just, a hand on top of it.
Alright. So, as you turn to continue down the street, you see a little boy, probably about 30 feet away from you, who watched this happen. Like, with wide eyes. There's a bit of, food on a stick that falls off of the stick and hits the ground. Wow!
Do you like our
Can you
magic
do
trick?
that all the time?
I take on
Yeah.
the broom, start flying, and I'm like, I am an evil witch, and I will curse you to be a frog.
Ah! He runs away.
Verity, you shouldn't scare the children.
Sorry.
Korgrin just has PTSD flashbacks of the night that Verity scared him. Just carrying on.
I think Verity's got PTSD flashbacks of that night, not you.
So, on you guys walk, and about 20 minutes later, you hear a lot of you feel a lot of wriggling inside your armor. Korgrin, you get the sensation that the charm has lost its effect, and now the turtle is not a willing turtle.
Always kicking.
But soon enough, moving at the pace you're going, you guys are able to re-arrive at the August Temple, walking over the bridge, the initial bridge over the river. And once again, you come to sight of the large waterfalls, the gargantuan temples, the casts, with the various buildings built into the actual rock and the structures, the ancient antiquity, the design, the longevity that is the August Temple. What would you guys like to do?
The meeting already taking place.
What the council meeting?
Is it like currently happening, sort of thing?
No, the council meeting is taking place in, I think, 2.5 days from now.
Oh, so the murmur is just that a council meeting has been called.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. That clarifies.
Yeah.
So Suam should be present then.
Yeah.
Shall we call all three?
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All three what?
Two masters and Grandmaster, Suam River, Vihan.
Mm.
Because the rest are all like standard masters, aren't they? And it's only those three that are like
Yeah.
super duper.
See if someone reacts to when our turtle changes back.
Well, Suam or just any of them. Does anyone need a rest or anything? Just like anyone feeling a bit ropey?
I am so ropey.
Oh yeah, you nearly died, didn't you? Aye, that'll do
I
it.
did! I went down to like 1 and then Relentless Endurance kicked in.
Yeah, Nightbite took a third of my health in one swipe.
Anyone want a catnap?
That would be swell.
I would love
Oh, it's just a short rest, not a long rest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, short rest in 10 minutes. And
Yeah, that's right.
I'm absolutely fine. Thanks to being a T-Rex for most of the fight.
Yeah, I'm also fine. I lost a HP, which I
Well-
don't quite know how.
Oh, I've no idea
Yeah.
how that happened.
I'm
I
fine
think
as well.
I think something happens.
Did I fall over or something?
I think you might have fallen over stupidly or something.
Sounds about
Okay.
right.
I will cast catnap on. One sec. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of spell conversion.
Yep.
And I'm going to cast catnap on myself, Corgi, and Russ. So we all get a short rest in
Okay.
10 minutes.
What about
Oh, wait, would
Otis
that
who's
count
nearly
as a
dead?
concentration on the polymorph?
Yeah.
Well,
Well, that
it
counts
depends
much-
on if
Well, it's
it's
a concentration. Polymorph is a concentration.
So if I go.
Catnap isn't a concentration.
No, it's not concentration. So you can.
I'm saying
you
if
can
I
cast
go
it
to
and it
sleep,
won't
will
be-
that count on my concentration?
No.
Concentrate through napping.
Let me have a look at the spell.
But then Verity doesn't sleep.
Fall unconscious for the spell's duration. So yes, your concentration would stop when you go unconscious.
Would it not be more imperative for Otti to get asleep as well, considering she's nearly dead?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, OT. That's who I was thinking. Because I can do 3 people. I was like, da, 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 da. So yeah, you 3 go to sleep. How?
I'd just like to second win before the short rest, by the way.
I've never had a catnap before, so what does that do? Just give me a short rest.
It's just a short rest.
Yeah.
It only takes 10 minutes instead of an hour.
Okay. Let's see.
This is like the fourth 12 I've rolled today.
There's a lot of 12s.
Wow.
What's going on?
You like
Oh,
12?
bollocks. I rolled 2 nat ones for my thingy.
Wait.
Hey, well, that's 8 hit points back to you.
Yeah.
You
I do
can-
have a...
You know you can choose to use as many hit dice as you want in a rest, right?
Oh yeah, but I'm trying to use the right amount. And I have a periaptive wound closure, so I can actually double, I think, the number of hit points I regain.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to calculate, really. So I've got... That's 30... I don't know. Yeah, I'll do one more. Great. I rolled another one.
And I rolled
There we
2
go.
ones, so...
Everyone is doing well with the rolling.
Yay!
It's because you got a nat 20, Rich.
Yeah, I have broken the
You
game.
got a
now.
nat 20.
Yeah, but
Only,
I tend to get nat 20s. Rich doesn't.
True.
They've disrupted the universe by not failing everything.
I say that like I get them all the time. I get them more than Richard does.
112. Fuck it, I'll take
Do
112
you
out of
have something
114.
funny that gives us something fancy when we're healing?
Technically, yes. I suppose if you want to go into mechanics, is that everyone gets an extra 1 hit point per dice roll because of cooking materials, but I'm sleeping, so I don't really know if that kicks in.
Oh, that's fair.
And it
I
goes
just
into
remember
the
there
whole
was
like
something.
preparing a meal thing, and it's more the mechanic side, I guess. But yeah, no, it's just I'm a nap, so
I feel like I should give you the flowers.
kind of what am I going to do with them? It seems more potiony than foody, in my opinion.
Could use some spice.
Otti, you know you can add your con modifier to your
Yeah,
dice
I'm doing it
roll.
on a calculator.
Okay. I was like, wait, did she roll an extra
Because-
dice because she was worried?
No, because it's but it's the 3 levels of barbarian and there's 4 8s for fighter, so I'm doing it on the side.
I'm so glad that Ranger and Fighter
I
are both
have
D10s.
my own healing dice if you want a couple, OT. It's just a D6, but
I'm just not rolling well on the hit dice. It'll be fine. I'm half health. We'll be fine. Please don't get any more fights today.
Hey, so which one of you tried to kill us? None of us. Okay, cool, thanks.
I wake up from the cat nap and like the world is on fire and I'm like, who the fuck did that? Arrabella!
This is
No.
fine. Okay, so
Everybody who makes things go on fire. Why me?
You have a lot of fire magic.
Yeah, your bow is on fire.
So, you guys cast Catnap, and those of you who it will cast on fall asleep. And 10 minutes later, you feel like you've had a proper nap. Can I get? Did I get Did I get the magic roll from you, Verity? Was it 12?
yeah, it was another 12.
Yeah. Sorry. So those of you who have done so have finished their short rest. What would you like to do from here?
Swarm's office.
Well, are we going to
his
Swarm or are
dojo.
we going to bring
Oh.
them to us?
I mean, I just don't really think we can summon Swarm. Are we not going to go to Swarm and ask him to summon the other two?
I know it sounds really
Isn't that
stupid.
a
Why
more
don't 3
tactful
of
way
us
of doing
go to pick up? One of us go picks up Swarm, one of us go and picks up Vihan, one of them go pick up River and meets in the little room that we were in before.
I don't think anyone should go and pick up any of the masters. I think we should. This is what I'm saying. Like maybe Swarm can summon everyone to a single room, but I don't think
That's
we
what I was
should
saying.
Go.
So, yeah,
I
so
don't
if we
think
go
go
to
to
Swarm,
Swarm.
then we get Swarm to summon everyone.
Yeah, it's just that, like I say, it would have been nice to have everyone come to us, but I doubt we would be able to do that.
I'm not sure putting everyone in in that position altogether is the best idea.
Why?
There's already soured relationships between Suam and Vian. Bringing Nightbite into it might make things worse.
But having them all there means we can see their reaction when Nightbite appears.
To be fair, I think
also-
Suam's relationship is going to sour if he finds out that Vihan tried to have his granddaughter killed regardless of who's present in the room.
I meant more panicking Vihan.
We want them panicked. When they're panicked, they make mistakes. When they make mistakes, we can capitalise on them.
This is the
infers
thing.
guilt.
I don't think Vihan actually did anything. I think if we were able to confront him by ourselves, find out the truth that, he didn't do anything, we would have another person on our side when we try to confront everyone else. I think ambushing him with everyone else altogether is just going to keep him on the defensive.
That puts
I
the
don't know about you
narrative in
guys.
his...
I feel like a more slow approach with him would work better.
I feel whatever we're
Well-
going to do, we should do it soon before this turtle changes out from a turtle.
We
My
have like another whole.
rationalization- Like, they have
We've got
gold
about-
tickets.
We've got
The
about
only
20
way
minutes.
The only way they would have gold tickets is through one of the Grandmasters, which is why I'm saying get all three of them in a room. Like, it may not be Vihan. Like, I think it is. Everything seems to be pointed to being him. But if it's not Vihan, then it's either Suam or River. So if all three of them are in there, when we magic this dude back, we'll get a reaction out of one of them.
And also that's why we have Suam summon everyone. Or at least have Suam summon his masters rather than say, oh, the adventurers have asked for an audience. That this isn't... We're not going... If we just have Vihan in a single room, or whoever may have done it, we don't get a good reaction. It puts the narrative in their position that they're at an advantage.
I'm not saying we explain anything to Swam. We literally go to Swam and we say, can you summon the other two? We've got something important to discuss with you all.
Hold on. Sorry. Mixed up thoughts in head me. Became Grandmaster. That were we told that story, or was that just Otti?
No, you were all told the story of
Okay.
how Suwon became the Grandmaster because you asked him who Vidaj was.
Yeah.
What if this is another Suwon situation where someone's trying to get Grandmaster by cutting out the middleman who is Vihan right now?
That's why we're
I don't
having
know
all
if-
three of them in the single room. That's why we're not going to a single person. We're getting all of them together to confront everyone at once.
Mhm.
Nobody
Well,
has
we
time
went-
to prepare that way. Nobody hears rumors or has a chance to send a messenger or anything like that. Just as soon as the turtle becomes a person again, they can all react in their own way, however that
Mhm.
may be.
And if any of them try to kill him, then that's guilt. Whereas if we go to one-on-one and they kill him, then that's him dead. Like, we got Corgi, but he's still tired, even after a cat nap.
Okay.
I know you want. We all want Vihan to be innocent of this. It'd be ideal if this was a plot to just throw dirt on his name and it was some outside force, but only people within the temple would have known we were going to the bath that day. Only Suam's inner circle would have had access to that information and to also get the tickets for the assassins to get in.
And maybe confronting them will give them a reason to give us another explanation.
See?
Yeah, I agree. I think before we go in and face them, I think we should quickly agree on what we're going to say, since we only get to do this once.
I reckon we gauge everyone's reaction straight away and then just ask if anyone recognizes the individual and see if we can catch anyone out on a lie, basically.
Reveal who sent him, or just say that he's an assassin.
I'd say don't reveal because that could inflict that could spark emotion, and then quickly the situation gets out of control. I say
So
just
just-
wait for someone to trip up, or put things out for people to trip up.
Just
No
say we
names.
met a friend in the bathhouse.
I
Mhm.
Once he's
Oh.
humanified, anyway.
is the plan to take him in, tortoise, turtle, put him down, have a conversation, then unturtle him?
Well,
I
right
think
now
I'd
the
turtle him
turtle's on a clock, and I think it would be as soon as they come in before they get a chance to prepare unturtle. But we might not have that luxury if he becomes a drow again by the time that they are in the room. We only have maybe 15 minutes at this point.
Yeah, because there was a bit of a walk to get there. Even though you were going to go for quick and pace, there was a 10-minute catnap, and you have been discussing it for quite a while.
Maybe we
Let's
should
hurry.
go.
Maybe we were walking and talking.
Instead
I
of
don't
like
know.
suspiciously holding a turtle in the middle of the August temple.
Well, the turtle's inside his plate armor, so more
Mm.
visible. And even still, people will just assume it's a snack because people do eat turtles here.
Oh.
Get everyone, see reaction, go from there.
All right, who's going where?
Everyone's going to Suam, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Suam's summoning River and Vihan.
All right. So I want everybody to make a dexterity check because Suwam's dojo is at the very top of the monastery. It is gonna unless you have some creative use to get up there quickly. That's a save, Rennas.
Yes, it was.
I'm on my broom.
So do
Because
you
my
want
broom
to
goes.
just go, you just want to fly up without actually going inside the monastery, Verity?
I'm just following everyone on my broom, so I don't have to be actually running. I'm just like hovering with them.
Okay.
Stats. Of course. Why wouldn't Korgrin be one of the most dexterous people given the circumstances?
Oh, Rennas is the least dexterous.
So when we
He's
get
still
close,
pretty
I suppose we can. Jesus, he's wriggling a lot. I think it's about to end, and we can maybe consider tying. I don't know if tying up the turtle would mean tying up.
No, it wouldn't, because basically you would be tightening.
We'd make
straps.
cheese wire to eviscerate him with when he
He'd
returns.
grow and just
human
split in
form.
half.
I would say that the rope just falls off of him, still knotted as a turtle would be.
Fair.
That's
Then
Right, so you guys are rushing through the temple as quickly as possible. The monks, get out of your way as you go past them. Hey! They're not confused to what you're being fast about.
Oh, could we, as we're getting up there, actually, could we just ask, is Suam in his dojo, do you know?
As you ask this as you go along, a lot of people just go, maybe, I don't know, sorry.
Oh, thanks.
So you guys keep on running, and running and running and running until you get to the top. However, the party gets about 3/4 of the way where Verity, you know that the spell is at its last few moments. What do you want to do?
I want to cast Polymorph on the turtle.
What do you want to turn it into?
A slightly bigger turtle.
Just like an inch bigger.
Okay. I'm just going to give it like a cat stat. No, a fish. A quipper. I'll give it a quipper stat.
Not a fish.
It's a quipper.
Can't breathe. Can't breathe out of water.
No, I was just going to, in terms of its stats, not its traits.
Right.
So that would be a -2 on its wisdom save.
I see what you're doing. Yeah.
Natural 1.
Good.
So as you're rushing along, Korgrin, the turtle, which is going, all of a sudden goes, boom, and it looks like you've got paddings on underneath, as this creature is really, you're like, yeah, It's hard to breathe now. It's because it's just a little slightly bigger than what it was.
I'll just
Um,
get it out and you're larger. Oh Jesus! Oh, he's back. Oh, he's got me hair. He's got a hair.
Sorry, that was me.
he's tugging on your beard at the moment, not letting go.
Try and convince
No,
Korgrin that
guys,
he's shrunk,
that's
not
how
the
we
turtle grew.
behave.
Prior.
Come on.
It's a turtle at the moment. It ain't fucking night though. All right,
Wow.
so still moving at a relatively pace, but still with another hour's limit. You guys are able to get to Swan's house without much issue. At the very top, you can hear the sounds of the waterfall, the blowing of the winds, the rustling of the leaves at the very top of the temple itself. Make your way over to the relatively modest house in terms of the space that they have. You see some of the students currently practicing in the grounds. Many of them just meditating underneath the trees. Just another day as normal. Carrying the turtle, you guys make your way into the front entrance, where you see the small pool, the little fish, fluffy fish on the rapid side. Continue to walk through, going through the corridors and such. Eventually, you get to Suwampati's office, shall we say? There, you can hear voices within. What do you want to do?
Do we recognize
Try
the
and
voices?
listen.
They sound like Suwam and River.
I assume we don't
Should we
go
knock
inside.
politely?
Well,
Can I try and listen to see
don't-
what they're saying?
don't go
Perception
inside.
check. It looks like at the moment they're actually talking logistics, where they intend to camp vanguard of monks when the fighting starts. Who is going to be subdivision commanders? You know, technical stuff about how their forces will operate out on the field.
I'll just say they're talking about the war.
More a sense of actually he's teaching River, actually, like she's just like learning it.
Can I gesture everyone back and away, kind of thing? Now that we no longer have to worry about seconds and minutes.
Yeah. So, Korgrin calls you away from the front door.
Would it not be wise if we know River's in there and River is someone we want to ask questions of, we don't want River to know that we're alive if River was maybe one of the people responsible. And we just want to actually get everyone in a separate room. Maybe we want to just say that, Mr. Suam, some people are here to see you, and we're in a different room, and it's like, shh, don't let them know. Like, we don't want to go in there.
I'm kind of on the same mindset that I'm probably not going to go in if she's in there. However, I could do message from outside.
That works. Just obviously tell him to not tell River who's there, or who the message is from, or that you're the one asking him to come outside. You know?
Yep. So, yep, make my way back out. We were going to go outside, or we were going to stay in the house?
I would say outside.
Okay. So, yeah, come back out and go outside.
Alright.
And from out here, I'm going to do message towards Suwam, and I'm going to say, hi, it's me. We need you for a moment. However, we need you discreetly, without River, without anyone.
Get the message back that says, "Is something the matter? something wrong?
I'm gonna do a message back that says, we are waiting outside. We would appreciate your discretion with this.
You don't get a reply. About 2 minutes later, the front doors open up and Suwon steps out into the courtyard with the rest of you. He looks at you all and goes, what's wrong?
There's something has happened, and we would like to speak with yourself and the first and second master, if it's possible. Would you be able to call a meeting so we can have a discussion?
What did River and Vahan do?
You'll find out.
Not exactly sure if they have done anything yet. We just, you just want to be able to confirm something.
Well, River is inside. I was currently instructing her on the ways of war. Vahan is in his dojo. It may take him a little while to come here.
How long's a little while?
Depends on what he's doing, how hastily he walks, I guess. Maybe an hour, maybe 2.
Can you just tell him that you want to discuss the council meeting, and that if you can get here at as early as possible, you'd appreciate it?
I can certainly send that message, but whether or not he's in the middle of something, I can make it urgent, but
urgency
People still
might
have
be
responsibilities.
appreciated. Aye, but given the matter, could you not let them know that it was us? Can you just say that you'd like to have a meeting with your masters? Just our names need not be mentioned.
very well.
And is there somewhere that we can go while we wait in the meantime?
You can stay here if you wish.
Is this building empty? And I gesture to the one that's next to us.
No, the students are in there eating at the moment. You can join them if you wish.
Could you give us an empty room?
Yes, of course. He walks over to this room, opens it, revealing quite a few students inside, actually.
Oh no, I don't mean kick all the eating people out. I just mean give us an empty room,
Everybody,
one of
go to
these
training
ones or
now.
something. Oh no, I feel so bad.
They all immediately just snap to attention, stop what they were doing immediately, and they just go. As the last one
Wow,
comes,
Korgrin, really?
I'm sorry.
as the last one goes out, he actually taps him by the shoulder and he goes, "I want you to report to Vahan and summon him here with all due haste." "Yes, master. Go now." He rushes off. There you are.
Feel so bad.
Thank you. As is tradition, I guess. Just join us with River when Vihan gets here, I guess.
Very well. Watch you all walk past. And he stops you, Otti, and says, "Otti, you look like you are a little hurt. Are you okay?"
I fell in the pool. I'm alright.
Make a deception check.
Against a guy that we can't lie to.
Yeah.
11?
Super
I'm just loading
deceptive.
Right, so he has got a plus.
Plus 1 million.
No, unfortunately, due to his training, he gets triple proficiency bonus in perception.
If it's over 11, then it's just not going to make it.
Yeah. So
He could roll a
I like-
1. That's the thing. He could roll a 1.
I did not roll a 1, and that was the only way I was going to fail that, shall we say.
Yikes.
So he just looks at you and just goes, I see. Try not to fall over.
Thank you. Grumble to myself.
He looks confused and retires inside his house. Is there anything you guys wanted to do for the next hour, shall we say?
We want to make sure that the turtle's in the corner of the room so that when he changes back, we can subdue and time up immediately.
Okay.
Is there any way I could set Toby up so I can get like an advantage on any insight I want to do?
Well, don't worry too much about that because I was going to give us enhance ability just before people come in the room. So you're good.
Okay, then yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I'm just gonna be sat there.
I would say because you guys were ready for it, when the spell does end, you all quickly pile onto Nightbite, who does resist. He seems very upset at the fact that you charmed him, but you're able to tie him and gag him, so he is restrained and unable to speak.
And turned him into a turtle twice.
Yes.
For a man that doesn't like
Sorry,
animals, being an
Nightbite,
animal
but
twice.
You know, we had things to do.
I mean, to be fair, he actually quite liked being a turtle. It was simple.
We could have turned him into something really kind of a bit more gross, like a goat or something.
No. Would
I
have
mean-
headbutted me.
I don't know. I just feel like I'd be quite embarrassed if I was a goat all of a sudden.
When I turned something into a bunny, that was kind of embarrassing for him.
I mean, he is an assassin who has been captured by his prey. That is like no greater shame for him.
Mm.
Sucks to be you.
I mean, I've got to add that everyone was very quick thinking. I was just going to stick him in the bag of holding, to be fair.
He would have
You
died
can't
in
last
there.
very long in
Yeah,
there.
there's no
Yep.
way you're in the bag.
Yep, and I'm pretty pissed off with him, so... Oh no, I forgot him!
I mean, we could still see the reaction to his dead corpse, I guess.
Yeah, it's not quite the same though.
No.
Alright,
Ooh,
so,
that's something. So, key isn't magic, correct? It's a form.
that's right.
It's a technique.
It's an energy within oneself.
This is gonna sound really, really strange, but can I check, given our experience in the temple, can I try and vibe check Nightbite to see if he's got any innate key left in him, like with the T that River did? Any unactivated key waiting to be detonated, as it were?
Make a wisdom check.
Okay. Nah, fucked it.
You do not know.
Okay. I'll let Verity know, because I know Verity has had some level of interest in the magic here. I'll just say, like, I just thought I'd give him a check to see if he had any kind of key in him that was waiting to be set off, because like when we fought Suam, he detonated like this thing that knocked Rennas unconscious and nearly Arri, I think, and and obviously River made us fall asleep with just tea. So I thought I'd check him. I couldn't pick up on anything, but if he just mysteriously dies of a sudden, then I think that kind of also infers guilt of someone. Not necessarily who, but someone.
Yeah. In that case, I'm just gonna go up to Nightbite real quick and just go like, I'm sorry if you don't like spiders, but I'm just going to put Toby on your head. Whoever's keeping an eye on Nightbite, if he goes unconscious, shout me so I can throw a heal into him real quick.
I'll throw a heel into him.
Is that a euphemism?
The heel of my foot.
Only
Oh,
if you make it one.
So Toby creepily crawls over his head, and he doesn't particularly enjoy it, but there's not much he can do about it. So
I mean, I thought trolls were meant to like spiders.
He's not a fanatic, he said, so he doesn't.
yeah,
Oh. I mean, when we visit, I just like start rambling to him about like, when we went to the drow place, I stayed in one of those spider cocoon things. I don't sleep, so it was like really interesting, just like hanging there staring
After
into the
about
void.
25 minutes, he just goes. He's trying to break out of his chain, his restraints. He can't stand.
He was fine being captured until Verity started talking to him.
Yeah.
We're gonna be friends, damn it!
I mean, why don't we want to be friends? We were friends once. Only a couple of hours ago.
He's gonna double kill you. Fuck Otti at this point. He's gonna kill you.
So, now I go back into the other room and get ready to incite people.
Mm-hmm.
Righto. So, after about an hour or so passes, Suon returns at the front entrance with River in tow.
I will, as people are getting outside and there's, shadows in the paper and shit, I'll just, enhance ability on Verity and myself. It will be 4 wisdom checks. So it will be, which one is it?
Owl's wisdom?
If that's what it's called, yes. Target has advantage on wisdom checks. So that will be cast at 3rd level to give it to 2 people.
Okay. So, they open up. Say, my apologies, but Gahan has denied my summons. I hope that's not an issue. I intend to go speak to him about it later, but he says he's very busy at the moment and can't leave.
Well, I guess we don't really have a choice, do we?
Is it
I'm
then a
not
case
saying
of
this
you haven't
to...
apologized to him and he still feels awkward, is it?
Sorry, what'd you say?
I was just like, this isn't a case of, you Swarm haven't apologized to him yet, and so he feels awkward now, is it?
I don't think so. I think he just may be busy. May we come in?
I guess so at this point. Go on.
Do you have access to everywhere? Like, can you just walk in anywhere?
Yes, but he's polite to ask.
Well, it's also polite to, answer a summons from your Grandmaster, so can't we just go to Vahan? If he won't come to us. You two go on ahead and we'll be about 5 minutes behind you.
Alright then, what's this about? You're all acting strange. Out with it. Otti, why did you lie to me earlier? He calls out to you, Otti.
I'm hiding in the other room with Nightbite.
Yeah.
Why did Otti lie to me earlier?
I suppose outside of character, is OT happy for us to answer on her behalf, or do you want to not be known that you're in there, basically?
If River is in the room, then I'm going to stay in here with Nightbite until a time where I can kick his ass out of the room.
Okay.
Sorry, can I start inciting River at this point to see if she's surprised that we're all alive?
Yeah, go ahead. Go right ahead.
And it's at advantage, right?
Yes.
Yes. She seems confused.
But is it guilty confused or just?
She seems confused.
I'll just call out from the room. I think maybe bring them back here and we'll see what they have to make of this.
Just as a Suan,
Yes.
so you gave us the tickets to go to a place today, yes?
Yes.
Who else has access to tickets in the
Many people.
temple?
In the temple, myself, Johan, River, Mashoska. That's
Strange.
about it. It's a
But
very
fair enough.
select. It's a very select group.
And River,
Yes.
if we do you just keep them in your drawer? This is kind of I suppose gestured at both of them. Like with the tickets, do you just keep them to hand? Is there a finite number of them?
No, you send a request and then they send them to you in the mail.
But you wouldn't be able to request on behalf of other people. So Suam, you wouldn't be able to request on behalf of River. River wouldn't be able to request on behalf of you, Suam.
How do they check your identity?
It's, shall we say, a tight-knit group. On occasion, I could be that a letter would be sent, and then you would have to reply to that letter stating you gave your consent and confirmation that it was you who did it. On this occasion, when Otti and I went to town, I actually swung by an old friend of mine, and I asked him if he could go get the ticket for you. I gave him my seal.
What was the name of your friend, if you don't mind? It's very serious, trust me.
Matthew.
Do you trust Matthew?
Yes.
Fair enough.
As in, Matthew has never struck me as a dishonest individual. He is a baker.
Fair. Basically, we had an incident in the Forbidden Temple. We were having a lovely time, about an hour or 2 hours or something of the like. And then perhaps certain individuals made themselves present. Their presence was not necessarily appreciated. And let's say it ruined the vibe. It really killed the mood. It really shot dead the atmosphere.
This is not the time to be speaking in riddles.
Violence.
And their attention was very centered on a certain person.
Violence broke out. Great violence.
We were ambushed.
By who?
Less than reputable folk. One might call them assassins.
Is Otti okay?
Like we say that, like we're ambushed. Can I just have a look at
where is
River?
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and make an insight check on River.
I'm still
Verity,
keeping an
your
eye on her.
insight- Yeah, Verity, your insight still applies.
Pardon?
Your insight on her still applies.
Okay. I guess it's just not high enough then.
Well, on the word assassin, would I be able to gauge a reaction as well?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, where is it? My roll 20 is a little bit laggy, so I do apologise. Ooh, a thick 27.
She seems confused.
No shock, no disgruntled.
There's a definite like what? Sort of like assassins, what? Sort of thing.
It's like a little eyebrow twitch. Okay. Let's just say that someone knew that we were going to be there today. We haven't told anyone.
OT, are you okay? Speak to me.
I could be better. Do you mean? And I'll probably pick Nightbite up, like sling him over my shoulder, and just take him over the head. Just stop at the door, make sure he's properly gagged, and then just come through and just stick him on this stool right here, and stand next to him, kind of guarding him.
Swan looks at him. Takes a step forward.
I'd like to insight both Suam and River at this point, as Nightbite is brought out.
Your insight still
Same.
applies.
Okay, still applies. 27. I'm glad a 27 still applies.
Suam seems to recognize this man, as does River.
Do I
They
notice
have
River
that-
recognizing him?
Yeah. They have that face of familiarity about them.
You both know this man?
Yes. Yes. Nightbite. Why are you here? Take that gag off of her.
I will cut the dagger off with a dagger.
I mean, me and him are just having a cheeky gab session, weren't we, Nightbite?
Nightbite. What did you do? And Nightbite has always been from the very short, brief time you've known him, he's been a calm and collected individual. Only moments of strength of frustration, but in this current moment, all that training leaves him, and you just see him like a scared little boy being scolded by a grandfather. I was asked, Master. I was asked to. Asked to what? We were tasked to assassinate that one. He gestures towards Otti. Suam leans onto the desk, puts his hands on the cusp of the table, and you can see white knuckles, and you hear the crackling of wood as he kind of pinches and crushes the part of the table he's holding onto.
Can I just brace myself slightly between Storm and Nightbite?
Yeah.
I just want to
Well, there's a table between them, so.
Storm.
Who sent you? Who sent you? Vihan did. Vihan ordered me to. Why? I don't know. He didn't tell me. He wants her dead. River, do you detect a lie? No, Grandmaster.
What does my insight say about her response?
Is she lying?
She is angry, but a just anger.
Storm. Before we push this any further, I just need to know, is there any sort of monkish abilities you guys have that can affect someone's memory? I know it can be done with magic.
There is, known by me, and me alone, for Ashoska taught me.
No one else could possibly know.
No, for I have not taught anyone, and no one, bar River, has had access to those scrolls, or yourselves. But I don't think you would hire assassins to kill yourselves, would you?
River, have you used your access to those scrolls recently at all?
Only in study.
Does my insight still apply to that?
Yeah.
River,
Jesus.
are you able to modify memories with Key?
I am
You
not,
specifically.
No, I am not. That skill is a bit beyond my capabilities. Nowhere near skilled enough to try that. This is
I just don't
To
think
rewrite.
Vihan is capable of actually doing this.
To
And like sending his own assassins, it just seems like a foolish mistake to do something like that if he truly wanted Otti dead.
could
Sending this half, it was a mistake anyway.
could we ask one step further? Is there any way that someone could exert control over Vihan? Make him say things he does not mean?
I have known Vihan for a long, long time. He has a sound mind, a strong mind.
We told you that he was upset about finding out from the news from Otti. You should have confronted him yourself before all this. Damn it.
You're right. Let's go. He stands up, turns around, and goes to leave.
Maybe we should have a better plan than this.
Who would dare stop me?
We would
If it
not
means
stop you,
going
but
to
we would
possibly
ask
beat
you.
shit out of Vihan, then I will stop you. Damn it. I don't think he's guilty.
He could very well be, and we've simply overcomplicated this, but at least we've explored the avenue. We can confront Vihan and question him.
Nightbite here is a student of Vihan. Nightbite, when Vihan gave you your orders, did he seem himself? He was upset. There was an obsession there I've never seen before.
When did he give you the orders?
Early this morning, before the sun had risen.
How about... that's alright, shush, I'll blush.
I just don't know why he would be stupid enough to use his own students.
Especially after seeing how we all fight.
Well then, let's go get the answers from him.
Nightbite, are you skilled enough to see through a magical illusion if someone was pretending to be someone else?
Like to think so.
Could have been someone that looked like Vihan giving orders, but yeah, okay. Well, that's us out of questions, so yeah, I guess we'd go. But Swam, I understand this is a very tense situation, but I ask you to look on things with logic and not emotion. Yeah, coming from me.
He turns towards you, Rennas. He says, "It appears to me, logically, that my first master has betrayed everything I stand for and tried to kill my granddaughter." And River, at that point, just goes, like she actually gasps. She did not know that.
I would like him to have an opportunity to give his side of the story and try and understand what has happened here. This doesn't seem right. I do not know Vihan as well as you, but this does not seem like something he'd do.
Precisely why I want to hear it from his mouth.
On we go
Okay,
then.
Yep. Before he leaves, I will walk over and I will take his hand and like lay his hand out, and I'll give him the picture, and I'll give him the tickets that they had, and say to make an informed decision. Give them to him and say, "This is evidence. Make with it as you wish, but this is the proof that we've got. This was found on them."
He pockets it with one hand, and with the other he pulls out that small locket of his. He flicks it open, like darts his eyes down towards it, looks at it for like a few seconds before pocketing it again.
I'll grab Nightbite and do the whole pushing him along the way.
Oh, the only thing I would ask at this point is, do we want to be better prepared, given that we might have the element of surprise, we have at least an advantage. Do we want to press it? We were just nearly murdered.
I mean, if it does come to violence now, having Swam and River on our side should help.
If it
don't.
came to violence, then there is none in this monastery that will stop me. No one is skilled enough, and they know it. So if anyone is stupid enough to get in my way, then they are stupid enough to be put on the ground.
I would just like to add, I'm sure you're very well aware, that Vihan is the one in control of the Green Dragon.
The Green Dragon is in the bowels of this temple. Behan is in his dojo on the other side.
Okay. You look.
I am leaving. River, come with me. Actually, everyone, come with me. Otti, would you please accompany me?
Of course.
Thank you. And with that, he begins storming off. Like, he doesn't run, but he walks with a singular purpose.
I'm just going to lean in behind Nightbite and say, you better keep up.
He is so scared of Suwam that he just, yeah, okay. River herself looks like intimidated at this point.
Arri, you looked like you were thinking something then. What was on your mind?
I was just going to say that if Vihan is guilty, I feel like the summons would have lost us our advantage anyway. And I didn't even think about the dragon. How far, distance-wise, would you say Vihan's room is from the dragon?
Other side of the temple, apparently.
Which is how long? How much?
40 minutes, 45
We'll find out
minutes.
when we get to Vihan's and he's not there and we have to go to the dragon's
No,
place.
like literal, not minutes, distance.
I don't know.
You don't know.
No, I never calculated the difference.
Do we want to
between
say like
Behan's place.
half
Is-
the distance of the temple? Kind of if the bowels
Yeah,
are in the
yeah.
middle
Would
of
you
the
say
arms
it's
on
a
one side?
mile more?
Oh,
Yes.
a certain awareness.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, alright. If you, alright, yeah, in future, don't be around the bush. Just say, I want to use
But
primeval
the
awareness
bush
to be
is
aware.
fun.
But I'm so bad with the bush.
For some people,
I
there
like
is
it
no
clean.
bush.
I like it clean. Okay, nice and obvious. This is what it is, right? That's what it is. I don't want any bush.
Yeah,
No bush.
basically, when we get to Vihan's room, I want to cast primeval awareness if it's over a mile away.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, because if I ping a dragon within a mile of it, then there's a dragon on the way.
Also,
Okay.
can I just say to Soam, like, I know you're pissed, but Nightbite was literally just following the orders of his master. You can't get mad at him about this. He didn't know.
Oh, oh, he's not
Yeah.
going to take that well. Oh,
I mean, Swam doesn't have to worry about killing Nightbite. I'll take care of that.
Nightbite was literally just following his orders from his master.
That's his orders to kill us.
It's
Why
also
not?
then kind of whether assassination is a regular order within the temple as well. It's like, oh, okay, just Tuesday, Assassination Tuesday kind of thing. Or
I
it's
mean,
like,
he is the assassin. I assume that's pretty much the only orders he's given.
Yeah, you do realize that we got ordered to kill a Rakshasha and you tried to carry that out, yeah?
yes, it's a
Yes, that's an evil demon.
Yeah.
We're not
Yeah.
evil demons.
But we were still asked to do it, and we've been... I got tasked to kill a fucking mayor, who wasn't an evil demon.
I'm just saying from the perspective that these monks are trained to follow their masters and be warriors of war and shit. And so Nightbite is just doing his duty, following Vihan his master, or what he believes was Vihan his master if it was a case of deception or anything like that. So, is it really fair to take it out on him if he didn't even know that it was because Otti was like, and stuff like this? I'm very conflicted about him getting any bad repercussions.
Okay, Nightbite, if you were to be set free, do you have any ill will against us now that we've captured you, gagged you, tied you up, dragged you across town, turned you into a turtle twice, and several other things?
I'll put it this way.
I imagine he's annoyed at us, but he probably doesn't want to kill us personally. It was just a job.
No,
He might not have wanted to originally. He does now, I'm sure.
After everything, do you feel like you can kill us, or do you feel like we'll actually gut you next time you try?
That's a better question.
let me put it like this. I came at you with my most elite team when you were naked in the tub, and we still lost.
There we go. You know not to mess with us.
I think as well, given the circumstances, as a student of the August Temple, whatever punishment is delivered unto him should be for the August Temple to decide.
This is fair. Okay, I will not slit his throat and I hold my hands up.
We're getting punished by the
This
August
is-
Temple by following the rules of the August Temple. That's what I'm getting at.
My fate is in that man's hands. And he sort of nods over to Suwam, who is still walking. As you basically, you guys are walking and talking.
That's
At this
why
point,
I'm
and
asking of Suam. It's like he was just following the rules of the August Temple, so surely.
I will consider Nightbite after Verhan.
I just looked to Nightbite like, I tried, man. I'm sorry.
So, on you guys walk, and it is a tense time. A lot of the students, like, pave way for Suwam, like bowing, clearing the way easily. As you get closer and closer to the side of the temple where Verhan's dojo is, you start seeing more and more of Verhan students, and they are whispering. They are staying out of the way, but you can see that they are glancing at each other. But Suwam does not seem to pay attention as he continues to walk. Eventually, you get to that massive gate-like opening. When it opens up, going to that huge plaza that you were in before, where normally before you saw hundreds upon hundreds of students in unison practicing their moves. Now you have generally the same amount of people, but they are standing to attention. One large unit, it's probably about 700, 800 people ahead of you. They're blocking the path.
Uh-oh.
We just massively overcomplicated it. It was just Vihan all the time.
Behind them, you can see the large dojo / house that does belong to the Hunt.
Just moved the thing to get us down there when he moved us. Oh, sorry, I thought I was on mute.
You can see a couple
just
of
read, just
students, a couple of monks, walk towards Verhan, who has stopped momentarily to stare at all of these students.
They've walked closer to Vihan or Suam.
Yeah, Suwam, my apologies. They get within about 15 feet and they say, Verhan does not wish to see anybody at the moment, Grandmaster. Suwam does not say anything. They look at each other.
Even slow down a bit.
Please don't.
Master Verhan does not wish to be disturbed at the moment, Grandmaster. He humbly requests that you come back later. Now Suwam gets up to about 5 feet with him and says,
Korgrin looks away.
If any of you peasants think you even stand a second against me, say another word. If you value your bones intact, step aside. The monks, they step aside, wide-eyed and white-faced. And Suwam looks out towards these many hundreds of students in front of him. There is a moment of pause. But eventually they start parting, creating that path in between them all, up to his house. Suwam continues to walk. River behind him. You all follow. They all look sus.
Vibe check the entire crowd.
So are you guys following Suam through this crowd?
Yeah, I would be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. You could count the amount of breaths that are taken. Because everybody seems to be holding their breath. As all eyes are on Suam as he marches onwards. On occasion, there is a slight twitch amongst one of the students on the rim. Suam just shoots an eye over to them, and they just go still. Continue walking onwards. Whispers are abound.
Kitty.
Hear a
There's
kitty
cat
purr.
purring.
Sorry, I'll mute myself.
Oh no, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just pointing it out.
To
Until
hear little
eventually,
purrs.
you get up to the main house that belongs to Vahan. Vahan he doesn't like push doors open, he blows the doors open.
Suam, I assume again.
Yeah, fucking hell, keep mentioning that name. Suam.
Just depends on the direction. Either we kick the doors in or the doors get kicked out.
I was just thinking Bahana was the typical drama queen.
Suam calls out, Vahan! I need to speak with you.
Can I do my little sensey sense now, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You do not sense a dragon within a mile of you.
Cool. Makes me feel a bit better. It lasts for a minute.
Can teleport
See-
to the dragon.
Ninjutsu.
You see the students. You see some of his top end students who were here previously. They were sparring in the courtyard. They have stopped. They are looking at Suam. Suam looks over to the closest one and says, "Where is your master?" And he shakily points towards the house. I'm coming inside, Suam. Behind.
Oh.
Badza!
Fuck you! Fuck you! Breaking me off. Come on. Suam walks up the steps. Pushes the doors open. Backed by River.
Assume we probably follow behind River.
Yeah, I am assuming you guys are following.
Yep.
Opens the door out. Slides the door open to see Vahan. He's sitting. Like, he's sitting on his knees. You know, closed eyes. Hands together. Almost in a state of meditation. Vahan! What have you done? What do you mean, Suam? Get him in here, now!
Yeah, well, I moved up there. Nightbite would have been with me. Well, I drag him in.
So you throw him into the ground.
How long has it been, by the way? Is it still within the hour?
Of what?
Since
the wisdom
since I cast enhance ability.
Yeah, I'd say you're just on the cusp of that hour.
Okay.
Speed Swarm stomped across the monastery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I assume I'm up on some sort of balcony, right?
No, you're in a corridor just outside the room.
Is there anywhere I can look into the room from around here?
Yeah, you can just open the door.
Okay. I open the door and I'm looking at behind and I'm inciting that bitch.
Go right ahead. He is dripping in sweat. Like,
And I'm
it's
just
going down his brow.
on my face, I'm just having a look of, please don't say you did this, please. I had so much faith in you, Behan.
Did you give Nightbite orders to kill Otti? Behan opens his eyes and looks at someone. I did.
Oh.
Why? Because she will bring this monastery down, following her own ways. I've seen this happen before, Swan. The time is over. You will bring destruction to this monastery and its people. I was happy. I was going to wait. Until you naturally passed on. And I would take my monks and we would go home. Be safe. But then I find out you have a granddaughter. And I knew it would happen again. What would happen again? That first master, the one who serves the Grand Master, the greatest and the longest, would be replaced with a stranger. Because that is all you are, Swan. This is all you have ever been. A stranger. You do not belong here. You should never have come back. Anything else to say, Vihan? My father was a great man. You betrayed him. You betrayed this monastery. All you care about is your own selfish needs. I thought you were just being kind, helping strangers. Maybe I thought deep down that you actually wanted to protect the world. No! You just want to keep your granddaughter happy. You're doing this entirely for selfish reasons, Suam, and I will not let my students, die for your vanity. So I wanted to remove the distraction. I wanted to remove the threat. I wanted to get rid of her, so that my position to save this monastery from you would remain. I do not regret my choice. Do with me as you see fit. Otti,
Yes.
you are the victim in this. What punishment would you have me do to him?
I will look at Bihan and I will
He
say,
looks at you back.
you know nothing about me. I'm not interested in being patient and following your ways. I have my own ways. Could you ever have seen that? Will you ever see that?
You are in my way to become Grandmaster. That is
No.
all you are.
I was never in your way. You thought I was in your way. I have no interest in this. I want nothing to do with Maltokyo. I want to be on my way. I want to live a life away from everything. This was not a competition between myself and you. This was me rekindling, and that has been done. And now you've insulted me.
Do as you see fit. I will not hide away from my choices. I did it for the betterment of this entire monastery, and I do it again.
I look back at Swarm and say, I don't know the ways of your world. I don't know how you see punishment, and
I don't care about that. I care about you. What do you want to happen?
I want to respect the monastery's traditions, regardless of what I think, regardless of what you think. This has to be done as the monastery should be, the best way for the monastery.
Spoken like a woman beyond her wisdom of years. I hereby strip you of your first master duties. You are under arrest. I have more important matters to attend to. But there will be a trial. I will find you guilty. And as thanks for your long service to this monastery, I will not execute you. But you will be exiled.
Would he not be useful in this
Wait.
upcoming war?
Verity? Rennas? Do you move in and say that, Rennas?
Yeah, no, I really do. I understand the need for punishment, but he is a great asset to this monastery, and we are going to need everyone we can get.
Would you
Same,
really trust him?
If we exile him, he will just go to Edgar's army, and we don't want to have him as a foe.
Then
I
he
don't
shall
know what there
remain
is
in
we can do,
custody.
Vihan, to convince you that none of us here are here to threaten your position, that you are the only one who got in the way of yourself. But I believe you when you say you have this monastery's best interests at heart and your students above all. Though I don't understand why you would send them to do something so treacherous, because now Nightbite is at risk of punishment too.
Nightbite understands the mission. He understands that he failed. The only shame is that he has not taken his own life.
Yeah, we stopped that from happening.
My toothpicks were taken from me, Master.
That doesn't answer my first question, Vihan. What is it that we can do to prove to you that we are not a threat to your position? Or that we never were?
You can bring me the head of that half-orc, and then I will believe you.
That's
Yeah,
interesting.
Rennas, it's laced with poison.
And you let me carry these around.
I was waiting
Fine,
for
you're
you
not
to do
vulnerable
something
anymore.
with it, to be honest.
I was just going to use them as freaking lockpicks.
Vihan,
I appreciate that you are a woman. That you are trying your best to do what you can.
it's not because I'm a woman, it's because I considered you an asset to this monastery. As a fellow fighter.
I am the future for this monastery.
You were.
Regardless of what he says, my students will follow me.
Just under my breath, I'll go, well, they all kowtowed a bit easy outside.
I'm just gonna sigh, just be like, oh, Fihan. Why are you so prideful, damn it?
I have been waiting to become Grandmaster longer than any of you have been alive.
I'm 70 years old.
Even longer than that. Since before I was born, I was destined to become Grandmaster.
And you
This
would have
will
been
not
had you
stop.
not tried this shit.
This will not stop anything. One day you will all realize that that man cares only for himself and nothing for this monastery.
And you
Spits on
jerking
the
over this
future.
Grandmaster position isn't caring for yourself. So my only concern is that if we let him go now, he's going to go right into the hands of Edgar.
You are correct, Verity. He will remain in custody here until such time as I deem him useful for anything else. You are making a mistake, Swarm. If I was Grandmaster, I would execute me for my crimes. You are not Grandmaster, and you never be Grandmaster now.
There's proof that Swarm's a better Grandmaster than you would have been.
Tradition dictates it.
Tradition has its place, but the world changes. You can't cling to tradition forever.
You will never be a student here. But with that mindset,
Or maybe I'd be a better student than anyone because I'd adapt with the times.
Vihan, are you going to resist? No. Because I am at least honorable and true to my word.
You've lied to us several times and sent assassins after us. That doesn't sound very honourable and true to your word.
I was desperate. Maybe I could have handled this better. Maybe if I planned more, it would have gone differently. But I am a man of action. When I see a threat, I deal with it.
I've been called a lot of things in my life. I've never been called a threat.
You will always be a threat to me.
Okay.
Students and the people in the corners stand to attention. Take your master away to the cells. They look at each other. Like a longer pause than what would normally be the case.
I'd like to just look round at the students, see if any of them don't look like they're going to do that.
They look very conflicted. But after about a good 20-second pause, put their hands together and they bow and says, "Yes, Grandmaster." They move in. They take Vihan underneath the shoulders.
Does my insight check read anything off them?
Make a different insight check for them.
May I as well?
Is
Yeah,
it still
please.
advantage or regular?
This would, I would say the spell would have worn off by now. It's been a while.
Fair enough.
I'm just planning on following them anyway.
Fuck's sake.
Is what it is.
Verity, they do seem more scared of Suwam than they are loyal to Vahan.
Hmm. Maybe
Vahan
send River to
flames.
keep an eye on them?
Yeah, no, River was going to do that. She pulls out a small little kunai dagger and just puts it, not up to the back of his head, but close by enough for him to know the presence is there. And they escort Vihan out.
Could I follow them? Not like being stealthy, but not getting in the way. I'll stay a little bit back. But just, I want to make sure that he gets to wherever they're taking him to.
Yeah, you can take him out. Sawam turns towards you, Verity, and says, "Came in here ready to kill that man. I don't want to ever see you get hurt. I'll protect you from anything and anyone who try to do that sort of thing to you. I hope you realize that."
I appreciate that. I don't need the protection, though.
I know you don't need the protection. Fine. A granddad can't stop worrying about his granddaughter.
I understand that. However, Bihan has a point. Tradition has to come before relations, and I get that your life was run with decisions that way. However, tearing his head off for an idea that he had would not have been a good idea. Following the traditions of the monastery is a much better way to resolve this and to prove that he was in the wrong, rather than you are impulsive, I get it, though.
I understand my own shortcomings, and it speaks measures of you that you could know those shortcomings in the short time that we have known each other. See, the last few days, something's awoken within me I thought was long dead. So thanks to you that I care again. Yes, I care for the monastery. But I had forgotten what it was like to care for someone else. Oh yeah. I hope I can continue to do this.
I hope so as well. I enjoy having you about and contactable. It's quite nice. After all the crap we've been through, it's quite nice to suddenly just go, someone on our side who's positive.
He sort of side glances Nightbite and he says, "Do you care what happens to him?"
Can I just do one thing first? And can I just
Yes.
punch him in the face?
What, Nightbite?
Yeah.
So you walk up to Nightbite. He's knocked unconscious onto the ground.
He's all yours now. I just had to do that. He was such an arsehole.
I mean, that's my granddaughter. So, a few things happens over the next few days. Nightbite is sentenced to 15 lashes, but he is allowed to rejoin the monastery and effectively still be a monk. Rennas, you escort River and Vihan and his students to the cells near the base of the monastery. He is put inside without any resistance. The only thing he says is that this isn't over, and to which River replies that, seeing as how he's behind bars and she has the key, it is over. The students of the monastery are uneasy over what has happened, especially those who have come from Vihan's dojo. But with such great changes, Swam has his hands rather busy enacting a lot of changes. And he splits up Vihan's dojo into other areas of the monastery. Effectively, a lot of other masters suddenly just get an influx of new students. Yeah. River on Mountain is promoted to First Master. And you all guys have effectively, I'm going to say 3 days of downtime for the meeting with the Meltokian Council. Is there anything specific you guys would like to do in those 3 days?
I would like to find Nightbite.
On what day? Because on the first day he's recovering in the open plaza with his lash wounds.
I mean, that seems like the perfect time to catch him. I know where he is, and he's weakened.
Alright, so you go up to Nightbite as he is currently hooked to a post, bleeding on the back, accepting his shame.
To be fair, this is a little bit more than I'd have done. I kind of appreciate Verity's point. You were following orders. I do just have one question. When you left here to come over to the spa, to the Forbidden Temple, how'd you get out of the monastery?
I walked out.
Through the front door?
Maybe.
I mean, you tried telling me this was nothing personal. Sharing a little bit of information with me, that would make me feel much more comfortable about not slitting your throat while you sleep. I don't normally let people stay alive after they tried to kill me.
Got any water?
Yeah, I've got some water. I'll give you some water.
I'll trade you information for water.
Has he actually got his hands free? Can he actually hold anything?
No, his hands are bound at the moment.
Right, okay, so I'll tip my flask up and let him drink some water.
Yeah, that's good stuff. There are 2 exits that I know of that not many other people know of. I think maybe me and Vahana, a few of the other assassins that you guys killed, were aware of it. The one comes out by the base of the monastery itself. The other one actually travels through the casts underneath, follows the river, comes up into the Meltokia itself.
About him, Meltokia.
Right by the council, actually.
Thank you very much, Nightbite.
I didn't utilize any of them. I just walked out through the front door.
Well, I appreciate the knowledge of the extra ways in and out anyway. You can consider our debt settled as far as I'm concerned.
We had a debt.
You're still alive. As I said, I don't normally leave people alive that try and kill me.
People who I try to kill don't normally make it away alive. So, consider
You've kind of got something in common.
Yeah. I lost when I tried to kill the granddaughter of the Grand Master, who apparently has sex.
Sorry, I just heard who apparently has sex.
Yeah. Like, nobody knew the Grand Master had...
Oh, the Grand Master... Right, sorry, I thought you were saying Otti has sex. I was like, what the fuck does he...
Like, that's like the thing that's going through a few people's minds, in the fact that a very, very, very old man has children, and now they're picturing, that inevitable thing. That guy has sex? Oh, sort of thing.
I mean, if it helps, he wasn't that old when... I mean, obviously, his granddaughter, so there's been a few years. But yeah, I get it. And that's me. I will leave him to it. But yes, that was it only just occurred to me that he'd probably know where the secret passages were.
Before you go, what's your name? Rennas, right?
That's me.
You do me a complimentary favour?
That would depend.
That girl, blue one.
She's still blue? I thought that was temporary. Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Just tell her she's not as annoying as I made her out to be.
glad he said that, because I was going to say, I spend at least a couple hours each day just talking to him.
He doesn't say anything. He's both so stoic. He'll never reveal that to you.
Verity, I think he's got a crush on you.
Not a crush. He just enjoys her presence.
Yeah, just like, just be like, hey, how are you today? Give him some water and just be like, so today I saw a really cool bird outside my window. It was like yellow with a green chest, and it was like, dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. And like, I hope you know that when I turned you into a turtle, I was trying to be as respectful, because I could have turned you into a bunny, but I think a bunny would have been too embarrassing. But a turtle, I think, was just right. And like, lots of rambling like that.
And he just sits there, blanketly staring into space. That
He's probably-
1,000-yard stare.
He's probably thinking, like, this is worse than the lashings. I would take more lashings than this. He's wishing that your words were lashes so that they weren't words anymore.
Okay.
But like, what
So-
I'm... sorry.
Is there anything else you guys wanted to do over the course of, say, 3 days of downtime?
If possible, I would ask Korgrin if I could possibly read the Transmutation Book of Cain's. Just to see if I can understand a little bit more about that big spell at the end of the book, the war book.
Well, you can go in and give him the information that you know on that, Zach.
Because my note literally says, think Thanos snap about that book.
There you go.
Yeah, I just want to do a bit more studying of that book and just like read through it and
I
try-
mean, certainly. I'm happy. Just as a heads up, it's all very theoretical stuff. It was all written prior to, I think, the formation of the spell. I think that's the culmination, and this is kind of the theoretical study. I've no idea which school it would technically belong to, or if it's a combination of them all, or if he made his own school. You're certainly welcome to. Here, I'll rummage about for a bit, find it, and give it to you. Like I say, it's all very theoretical stuff. If you make any more sense of it than I did, by all means, please do let me know. But aye.
I think you might have
Have at
said.
it.
I think you might have said a comment about it out of character, and I've written a note on there. So that's why I'm just going to read through it and just see if I can.
I mean, the information that Jack has shared with me literally says think Thanos
Yeah.
snap.
That's what I
So-
suddenly it kind of
Yeah,
clicked, and I was
so
kind of like,
It's kind of like the context of the book. So basically, each and every single book of every School of Magic that Cain wrote at this stage in his life was the logical end game for each School of Magic. And he goes into great detail about this. It is quite technical, logical, with diagrams and such. I want you to just make a quick intelligence check just to see how much of this you understand.
yeah, just straight intelligence.
Yeah.
Yeah,
30,
nice.
20.
You understand more of it than Korgrin does. So you were able to follow some of the diagrams and some of the offshoots that Cain himself has made. You get the feeling he was even left-handed. With just the way he writes. But with transmutation, basically, obviously the purpose of that skill is to change one object to the next, to rewrite the fabric of reality in a sense of that sense. Basically, he theorized that every single person was connected, and that connection can be manipulated at the atomic level. Transmutation would go on to the logical endgame role for transmutation that Cain theorized is that when one was to effectively gain cosmic divinity powers akin to a god, then one could literally alter the very fabric of reality, change it to what they wanted to be, and as such they could in that moment choose to end all existence, or change all of existence, or just do whatever they want. And that was what Kane theorized would be the end stage of transmutation, is to quite literally, as Marvel Avengers did it, Thanos snap people out of existence.
Yeah. Okay.
Whether or not he ever achieved this is, you don't know. It's just because it's all theory. This is like, if that means that, then X equals Y and Y equals this.
Just reading the war book, it just kind of, I thought those two might be connected. So yeah, I just give the book back and be like, didn't know I was a lefty. Kind of shocked for that. They're more creative. He was a lefty. It's more creative.
Well, I know more about him today than I did yesterday, so thank you.
Sweet.
I will keep it simple. I'll just spend as much time working on the Greater Restoration Scroll. I don't know if, considering we've got a whole day, again, I don't know if the whole work week thing counts, if it's just 3 days knocked off, or if I spent 12 hours on it, that would count as, 4 days.
No, I'm just going to go. I'm just going to go with the mechanical sense of it, and that'll be 8 days to work on it, basically.
Eyes hurt too much after 8 hours.
Yeah, at the end of those 8 days, you were just magically depleted, shall we say?
That's fair.
That's fine. I'd spend the other 2 days going to find the entrances to these secret tunnels that Lightbite has described.
I want you to make an investigation check, and I'll let you know the DC is 25.
Even when I know where they are, roughly.
The DC before was 29.
Okay. Well, here goes nothing.
Luck. Ha!
You son of a...
Well,
after 2 days...
Because it's all proficiency. I have proficiency in investigations. We've only got a +1. I've got a +6.
After 2 days of investigating, you happened to stumble upon a weird-looking statue. And upon investigating this, you realise that the finger was actually a flicking mechanism. When you flicked it, it opened up effectively its back to form a shooting kind of tunnel. As you step down, drop down into it, you find yourself in a long, dark corridor that, when you followed it for a number of hours, you can hear the sounds of rushing water. It does widen up at some point, but eventually you come out just underneath a rose bush in the gardens outside of Tokyo.
Awesome.
You also find the other hidden path, which is quite literally in the catacombs of the monastery. This one's a little bit more easier to find in the sense that it's one of the less explored areas of the monastery, or the less travelled areas of the monastery. But effectively, it's an underground connection tunnel that links between both of the main buildings. So, yeah. So.
Awesome. Thank you very much. That's a 19 as well. I literally had 2 numbers that would get me that.
Yeah, there was a 10% chance of you getting that.
And me, so it's realistically like a 2% chance because I roll terribly all the time.
Yeah. Just seem to always get it right at the crucial moment where I tell you this is going to be real hard for you, mate. Fuck's sake.
Isn't that 20?
That will take you. That will take you the entirety of your downtime searching for those.
Yeah,
places.
That's fine. Thank you very much.
Is there any restrictions to? Well, what things could I do to, learn skills or proficiencies or that kind of thing?
Oh yeah. So if you want to train to raise an attribute, or if you want to learn towards proficiency in a specific skill, just let me know, and I'll tell you what the number is to achieve it.
Okay, I think something wise to do would be to become proficient in wisdom saves. I don't know if I can do that.
You are able to do that. That is going to take you significantly longer than other skill-based stuff.
Yeah. It's maybe a bit much.
Yeah, no, this one's going to take you 250 days.
Maybe we'll pick something slightly less ambitious.
Verity, how long have you got on your skill left?
18 days after this short period.
Ooh.
Hey.
What's Verity trying to do?
I raise my intelligence. Because I'm pretty sure if you have a higher intelligence, it's quicker to learn other stuff, isn't it?
It's more of a case of not if you have a higher intelligence, it just makes you just more able to figure things out, but it doesn't affect how long it takes you to learn other skills.
Hmm.
Verity finds out now after 3,000 days.
No, I treat each skill and proficiency as different numbers, effectively, with none having any branching over each other until when you become proficient in it. Like raising your intelligence is like you spend the days where you can reading books, doing math, reading poetry, stuff like that. Thinking about it all.
And I will say this, Russ, I took an ability where I don't have to sleep to be able to do this during long rests.
Yeah. Yeah, we basically hammered out a contract on how this was going to work.
So it has taken a long time with that as well.
But it's what she's been working towards, so.
Yeah, I don't know what I could work towards. Maybe.
Or you can. Let's have a look at your Well, if you want to become proficient in a saving throw, because that's a very significant ability.
It's quite a big, yeah. I was thinking. I mean, earlier I was doing thieves' tools, but I think that I don't know. Russ is Russ and not Rennas, and probably quite honest and quite sort of not.
Well, your
what are you trying to say?
Your strength and your intelligence at the moment, Russ, is 8. So
yes.
It will take you 30 days to raise that 8 to a 9.
Ooh.
And then it will take you, and then once you did that, it would then take you 35 days to raise that 9 to a 10. Now, if you put in 29 days towards raising an 8 to a 9, and then you level up and you increase that skill anyway, then those 29 days carry on until the next natural level up or skill raise that you would have. So if you've got a +1 in your strength, from 8 to 9 by leveling up, then out of those 35 days, you've done 29 days.
Okay.
You can stockpile progression, basically, if you haven't cashed it in.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just try and raise wisdom, actually.
Okay, so your wisdom score is 12 at the moment, so it will take you 55 days to raise that from 12 to 13.
Yeah, no, that sounds okay. I thought you were going to say it takes 55 to raise it to 13. No, wait, hang on. 55 to raise it to 13. 55
days to raise it to 13.
Okay.
So if you're dedicating 3 days to that, then that's only 52 days left.
To be fair, we do sometimes get downtime in strips of weeks, kind of thing. We get a whole 7 days.
Yeah.
How often that happens is a different matter.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's depending on what you guys go and do, basically. So
yeah.
All right. Arri, what would you like to do with your downtime?
May I spend my days basically researching all the demons that were mentioned in the book, even if it means going to find Rakshasha and asking them?
Yeah,
pretty solid.
I want you to make. Okay, I want you to make a history check with advantage.
Advantage, yeah?
Yes. 18. Alright, that's good. Okay,
Will it make any
so
difference that fiends are my favourite enemy? Oh,
That's
monstrosities
why
are. Sorry, monstrosities.
Yeah, monstrosities. Okay, so is there a specific one that you want to learn about?
May I send you a message? Because I would
Of
have
course.
to look through the entire thing. I've underlined so many neat things when I, like, in the 7 chapters that I have read.
Yeah.
So,
I think Russ just basically saved it as a Google Doc to read in their spare time.
yeah, it's on a post-it note on my computer. It's just
Oh,
how
wow.
often I work from here rather than in the
Yeah.
office.
Well, obviously there are 3 main generals of Argoneth throughout the war, as well as 2 other generals that were, well, commanders that were significant enough to be named.
Yeah, so, it's, I need to read it to see if they died. Because I don't want to
They
ask
all
about
died.
a dead one.
Yeah, they all died. They were all killed in the war.
Then it's what they were. Like, what actual breed of demon they were. And then also
Alright,
the ones
so
that we haven't faced before. And basically just, like, the basic information about them, like, what their weaknesses would be, and...
Alright, so the demon generals, the ones that led Argoneth's army, they weren't classified as the regular sorts of demons. Balors are considered generals, effectively. Now, you have fought a Balor before in the form of when Loic was taken over by the Observer. They are extremely powerful creatures, able to sunder entire swaths of land, burn everything to their touch. These particular demons, the generals, they were not classified. They were above. They were above Balors. They were not considered demon lords themselves. They were their own. They were powerful enough to be considered their own type of demon, but not powerful enough to be considered a demon lord. Like, when a demon becomes powerful enough, they effectively take on miniature godlike powers. 2 of the more well-known historical ones are, of course, Orcus and Demogorgon. They started off as lowly Manuses and rose their way up, and eventually becoming the demons lords they were. And then through this book, you've learned that they were actually slain by Argoneth when he basically started raising up in the Abyss. Now, the Abyss is an infinite layer of hell planes for each and every single demon lord. So you are aware that there's pretty much infinite amounts of demons that can be discovered in the Abyss. You are able to get an understanding of the general common creations of demons. You're already keenly aware of Manuses, of Dretches and Vrox, having already fought and killed them before. You are aware of Glabrazus and even Garistros at this point, because you have fought and killed them.
Too familiar with Garistros.
Intimate, one might say.
You discover more demons in the form of chasmes, which are like large insect-like creatures. Effectively like gigantic flies that are not particularly pleasant. You learn of Nalashnis, large pig-like creatures, bulldozers, effectively. You learn of Yoklals, which is actually something you have seen before. That was a creature that Ulara kept around her neck. Like a small sludgy-like creature. There are Quasits, Shadow Demons, and Maraliths, which are they're 6-legged snake ladies, or 6-armed snake ladies, basically, and Hezros as well, which was also the main shock unit or elite unit in Argoneth's armies. They look very similar to Slads, but they are demonic. So, yeah, and you're also aware of Bolgoras as well, large ape-like creatures as well. So, I'd say in your 3 days, with that score, you get an intimate knowledge of the levels of demons, and you know enough to know that the named demon generals in the war were their own type of demon.
Okay.
Sorry if I rambled there.
No, it's fine. I've taken things down. Yeah, that's cool. And like, there's nothing anywhere where they would hazard a guess. And if I found Rakshasha, she wouldn't, or they wouldn't have been able to just give me a bit more detail on these not quite demon lords, but more than demons.
Well, Samdar, or Sanmar, the name of the Rakshasa, is more familiar with devils than he is demons.
Okay.
I think,
And did
like,
the devils get involved?
The devils do not like getting involved with demons, because whereas devils represent organized evil. Like, there is a caste, there is a system, and there are rules. You follow those rules, and anarchy doesn't spread. Like, devils appreciate civilization, but they're more interested in corrupting the soul. Demons are chaotic and destructive. They just care about destroying the soul.
Yeah.
So, plane shifters prefer to avoid the abyss if at all possible, because it's just not. You go there, things are going to attack you. It doesn't matter who you are, things are going to attack you. But in the Nine Hells, there is an order to it. There is a structure to it. You probably won't enjoy being there, but like, as long as you follow their rules, you should be safe.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Just get a bit of a lowdown on the enemy, after my little existential crisis after reading a book. Know thine enemy.
Indeed. Verity, Otti, was there anything you guys wanted to do of your downtime? I know, Otti, you wanted to read the book, but was there anything else you wanted to do?
Probably just split the time between Sawam and Bella. Chatting, letting Bella know what's gone on, what's happening.
Yeah. Sawam will always make time for you, no matter what he's doing.
And just like chat with him, just let him know, tell him where we've been and what we've done and where, just chat shit basically.
He's mesmerized by it. He really is. I mean, he challenges you to a couple more chicken fights, but no, he just listens to you like he's just hearing the tale of a really, really good book, and he's not heard of like much books before. No, he hangs off your every word.
Okay, I'm quite happy just talking to people, talking to Bella, talking at Bella, talking to Swan.
Okay, Verity.
So I do my usual studying. Like, sometimes I'll go into a room with someone else who's studying and just like be there whilst they're studying as well and be like, da 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 da.
Yeah.
I have my, a couple of small chats with Nightbite.
Yep, one-sided conversations.
Yeah. Well, I want to be able to establish some sort of relationship. Like, if I was to see him again, like, for one, I want to give him hope that after this, whichever teacher he goes to next, maybe there'll be more potential. Like, maybe being an assassin wasn't for him. Maybe he will be better off as like a bodyguard or something. And like, I'm rooting for him.
I'm sorry.
Just make a general insight check for against him over the course of the few days that you speak to him. You get the feeling that this is the only life he's ever known, and he likes this life. It's just that he doesn't know of any other possibilities.
I get to go out there and expand your horizons. Maybe you could join River's Temple and learn like a bunch of sneaky stuff from her. I don't know. Like I said, I just want to be able to like build enough of a relationship that if we were to come here again, or if we were to see them in the battlefield, like I would be able to call out to him and like, potentially get some insight on what's going on in the temple since we've been gone, type of thing,
Make a persuasion roll.
Like, not now, but like for in the future.
I know, but I want you to make a persuasion roll.
That'll do it. Jack wants to fucking kill all of us tonight. I think that's the third crit? Fourth?
I'm updating the war assets.
No.
Splendid, good work, Verity.
I don't know what I've done. Hopefully it's good.
You've added Nightbite. You've made a friend of Nightbite.
Nightbite, the failure that couldn't even kill us, is now on our side. Great.
Hey, for every half.
Nightbite is actually one of the monster's most capable assassins. It's just that he went up against you guys.
Yeah.
And then at one point, I want to be able to go and see the Sphinx again, if that's possible.
Hold on.
Oh.
Point.
Assassino.
Although, like, I want my relationship with Nightbite to be, like, from the angle that, like, you know, offering him friendship where he's probably not had it before.
You have much. You get maybe about 4 words out of him. Over the course of the few days, but on the last day where you know you need to go do things now, and he's about to be let down from the posts to go back to his duties. He doesn't. He walks past you and stops. He looks at you, those wide eyes of his, and he just says, "Thanks," and walks away.
Whoever's next to me, I'm like grabbing their arm and shaking them viciously, like, no!
The guy who you just grabbed, he's going, "Whoa, whoa, hey, ow, 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 training, ow, ow."
But yeah, is it possible for me to go and talk to the Sphinx?
Yes. So you want to head down to speak to Shoska.
Shoska, that's it, yeah.
Yep. So, making your way down to...
Making my way!
You do have... River will escort you. Not that they don't trust you, it's just that it's customary. But Shoska is happy to receive you.
Will River be in the room with us?
Not if you don't request it.
Okay. I mean, if you could just wait outside, River,
Of course. She'll step outside and begin meditating.
Cool. Hey, Shoska, what's up, girl?
Hello, Verity.
I'm really bad at initiating conversations. How's it going?
I am well. Focusing on this and that, as would have you.
Yeah, this and that are very important. So, it was Shoska who gave us Otti the books, right?
That's right, yeah. Well, no. What, the War of Arganeth?
Yeah, the ones that we've been obsessing.
So it was originally hers. Suam gave it to Otti with by taking it from Shoska with Shoska's blessing.
Okay. So, been looking over that book of yours, pretty neat. Terrifying, but pretty neat.
It was a scary time.
But there was one part, I'm not the brightest. People think I'm bright, but it's all a facade. I'm a fraud. And there's a bit in there that kind of worried me.
Speak. What ails you?
Well, you wrote in there that Arganeth was able to brainwash people like yourself, people close to the weave.
That's right, those who are connected to the primal energies.
I'm not entirely certain if it's accurate in my case, but...
You are more connected to the weave than many individuals I have seen in my life.
Well, that's what I'm concerned about.
I would say it is right for you to be concerned. You are the type of person who he would be able to dominate.
I was just wondering if there's any magic headbands, or I don't know, bells
The only
available.
only thing that can protect you, Verity, is experience. I can do to you what he did to me to prepare your minds, but I will not lie. It will be a painful and harrowing experience. If you are able to endure it, your mind will be better protected in the future.
I mean, I think I'd rather my first time be with you than Argoneth, so...
I'll chicka bow wow.
She's underage. It's sin titties.
I will
It's
try to
the
protect
age is what's bothering you.
I will try
Yeah.
to be gentle, but I promise you,
Thank God
it is
Korgrin's not here.
going to be innocence.
Korgrin is exactly the kind of person you'd want to have along for your first time. Supportive, encouraging, healing magic.
I don't think you usually want anyone else there for your first time. I don't know.
Kink shame.
Okay, so
I mean,
what is this going to involve with her?
Well, there's no protection, obviously.
I want you to make a wisdom, an intelligence, and a charisma saving throw, please.
Intelligence and charisma.
Those are some really bad bad rolls.
Okay. Alright. So, whilst you are under this presence that she invades into your mind, your wisdom, your intelligence, and your charisma drop down to 2.
Yep.
And you practically become comatose. Until eventually you don't become comatose. You become alert, you become aware. You have yourself. Get up, you look around you, and you just see a Shoska.
Well, I sucked at
You
that.
see something above Shoska's head. You see a sword dangling down on top of her head. And you look down to her and she's chained. She can't move and she's wounded. And that sword is the executioner's sword. It is slowly coming down towards her. What will you do?
I run up to protect her. I cast Arcane Hand to try and stop the sword.
So as you go and cast Arcane Hand, nothing happens. Your spells, your magic doesn't work.
Sure. God, I run and I throw myself on top of her.
And as you run and run and run, she just seems to get further and further away, like that long expanding corridor. You just don't, you move in slow motion.
Can I do an insight to see if this is like an illusion that I've been put in?
Yeah, I want you to make a performance check.
Performance?
Yeah.
I'm not very good at performance.
Alright, so as you go to try and inspect the area, you are, for some reason, doing a dance. It's not very good.
Okay.
And then a light appears in front of you. Sparkling blue kind of light. And as you stare into it, you see it take the ensembling resemblance of your face. It's a mirror of you. It is that part of you that is connected to the weave. That part of you that is energy. That is power.
Can I try to hold it?
Flushes just through your fingers. At this point, you hear a soft whisper in your ear. If you want your gifts back, do as I say.
Does it
Get
sound like a
down.
Shoska?
It might be. Get down onto one knee. Listen.
This might be weird, but I'm going to try and will the mirror to be bigger.
Make a charisma check.
I'm going to use my Tides of Chaos to roll that again.
Right.
Fuck!
Did not summon a Garistra now.
Philosophica could probably take care of a grease stone
Yeah, I
just
was
by
going
blinking
to
at
say.
it. Just look at it, it would just evaporate.
And as you try to will that presence, it doesn't seem to bend. So eventually you hear a very familiar voice enter your mind.
Why did you do that? Why would you do something so silly? You know you're useless without it. Why would you willingly give away the only benefit to you? You know, you're just a weak child. We're gonna have to leave you here with Bella. You're about as useless as she is right now.
Try harder?
Make another charisma check.
You keep trying and trying and trying.
I don't do this for validation.
I tell you what, if you do as I ask, you can have your magic back. Do you want your magic back, Verity?
It depends on the cost, I guess.
Then bow down on one knee.
Can I do any kind of resistance to that?
It's entirely up to you. Do you want to do that?
Not really.
Alright. So in your mental psyche, you are stuck. What seems like days, weeks, months. Until eventually your thought process just becomes one long blur. And it will either end with you willingly letting yourself be lost to nothing, or to submit.
I've spoken to ghosts of my sister before. I'm not an idiot. Well, I am an idiot. But I'm not an idiot. Oh god, I'm going in circles.
Bend the knee, Verity. It's the only way you can get it back.
I guess I'll cave in at this point and bend.
As you bend, you wake up on the floor in Ashoska's chambers.
No sword this time.
She's-
Nice.
Your scores have gone back to normal. And she looks down at you. She says, "You were out for 2 hours. How do you feel?"
I feel 2 weeks older. Ugh.
But what that does is it makes you believe the very thing you desire the most has been taken away from you. It forces you to submit to it. It forces you to accept the reality that if you ever want to get what you want most back, you must do as is asked. And that is how you are dominated. Once you get into that process, it is very difficult to get out. However, now that you are aware of what can happen, you can build up a resistance towards it. Remember what has happened here, Verity. Remember how you submitted, and how I was not Demon Lord of Madness. So, Verity, you can go ahead and mark in your sheet that in the future, I will tell you when this is the case, but when Titan-based energy tries to influence you, you have advantage on the saving throws.
Titan-based saves.
Advantage on Titan-based energy.
Cool. Cool. No doubt. Ugh.
And with that, continue to talk with Shoska's ear off, and she finds it quite amusing. She doesn't get as many talkative people as you down here. Actually, they're all. She admits that they're all rather a bit too stoic for her taste.
Is Shoshka a bit of a gossip?
She's not a bit of a gossip, but she does invite River in at some point, and you three just kind of have like a, just a night of like a drinks and chill sort of thing. But
We have a wine evening.
Affliction
you
chill.
have a wine evening. You have a wine evening, but Shoska, she drinks natural power instead of alcohol, which doesn't have the same effect, but it's the social graces of it all. But she doesn't. She can enjoy a glass of wine. She just finds it hard to pick up with a pour. That's all. But 3 days pass, and it does seem that the temple is getting back in order. You would all be invited to join in at the meeting at the Meltokian Council. And that is where you all currently find yourselves. In Meltokyo, in the council chambers. Swarm went in about 10 minutes ago, and he is currently pawing the floor. You are aware that in a few moments' time, he will ask you to come out and plead your case. With his backing, you would have had plenty of time to prepare for this, and so you know what you want to say prior to going into meeting with the Masters of Meltokyo, and utilizing, or even calling to arms, their armies, their powers, and rising up in civil rebellion against the capital. And the doors open up, and you walk inside to a circular room, and everybody hears, "And his name is John Cena!" As they walk in. Many of the Meltokian lords are confused by this. Suwon is just used to this by now. But you find yourself in a circular room, surrounded by dozens upon dozens of lords, and 3 individuals hold the center floor along with Suwon, who strike out more differently than the rest. And they all look at you. Suwon goes to introduce you, and you all go to plead your case on why Meltokyo should raise in rebellion. And that is where we'll end tonight's session, guys.